A service of KIBMradio.com, the Internet's home for an all old-time radio.
Abbott and Costello program, brought to you by Camels, the cigarette that's first in the service. Listen to the music of Freddie Rich and his orchestra. Billy Gray is Little Matilda. Mel Blanc is the famous Leon Schlesinger cartoon character Bugs Bunny. Tonight's guest, Metro Goldwyn Mayer star of The Best Foot Forward, Miss Lucille Ball, and starring Bud Abbott and Lou Costello.
Costello, late as usual. Why, what kept you this time?
I was waiting for our new letter carrier, Abbott.
Yes?
Yeah, and it turned out to be a dame. Boy, did I have trouble with her.
And what kind of trouble?
She tried to kiss me. Yeah, she kept right on kissing me on the eyes, on the nose, on the chin.
Wait a minute. Why didn't she kiss you on the lips?
Well, she's new at the post office, and she can't find the right zone.
The right zone. There you go again, Costello. I can read your mind like a book. All I can see is women, women, and women.
Where did you turn to page 4? You'll find some girls.
Yeah, girls. Girls, girls, girls. Every night you're out late with girls. Last night you were out with 2.
Yeah, but I only caught one.
No.
Boy, was she beautiful. I met her down at the Lone Palm, King Charlie's joint.
Oh.
Was she a gorgeous aircraft worker?
She was?
What a fuselage.
A fuselage.
That little aircraft worker did something to me, brother.
No kidding.
I took her in my arms. I felt the pounding in my chest.
You mean your heart was beating?
No, she forgot to turn off her riveting machine.
Now, see here, Costello, you have to stop this. Either you stop going around with all these girls and talking about them all the time, or we're through.
I didn't know you felt that way, Abbott.
Yes.
All right, I promise. I won't get another girl if I live to be 1,000 years old.
Hello, my fat little sugar man.
How time flies. Gee, Connie, you look cute tonight.
Do you really think so, honey?
Yeah. Now I know what they mean by the solid South.
All right, Costello, look.
Don't get it, eh?
No, all right, look. If you're so anxious to go out with girls, why don't you pick out some nice girl like Connie Haynes here?
Connie won't go out with me.
Yes, I will, Mr. Costello. I had a fight with my family tonight, and I want to disgrace them.
See, what did I tell you, Abbott? There's no use.
I'm surprised at you. Did George Washington give up at Valley Forge?
He had a tough time.
Never mind. Did Paul Revere give up?
No, but Paul Revere had a horse he could depend on.
Well, you've got me.
I'd rather have the horse.
Well, Mr. Costello, I'll go out with you on one condition. If you all get me a pair of nylon stockings.
A pair of nylon stockings? That's a deal.
Now, don't be silly, Costello. You can't get nylon.
Who can't? I can get 1 pair, 2 pair. I can get a dozen pair of nylon. That OPA hears everything.
Goodbye, my fat little sugar man. I'll see you at 8 o'clock tonight with the nylons.
Gee, Abbott, I guess I talked too fast. Where am I going to get a pair of nylons? I want to go out with Connie Haynes.
Well, why don't you be smart? Be nice to Mrs. Niles.
That's right, Costello. My wife has a pair of nylon stockings.
Now, wait a minute, Niles. You mean a dame with those ugly legs spends money for stockings?
Well, now, what do you expect her to wear?
Hip boots.
Hip boots.
I heard that remark, Costello.
Well, if it isn't Mrs. Niles in the flesh. And I use the word loosely.
Oh, you funny, funny man. And I use the word physically. You know, there's nothing wrong with my legs. Why, I was once a ballet dancer. I used to kick my leg way up in the air.
Yeah, and on the way down, you catch it.
Now, why do you fight with Mrs. Niles? Her legs are very attractive.
Are you kidding? She's so bow-legged, every time she runs, she looks like an egg beater. Am I insulting you?
My legs are perfectly straight, Costello. Look at them. They're just like arrows.
Feathers and all.
Feathers, of all the nerve. I'm not an old hen.
Oh, no. Get back in your coop. Come on, get back in your
Now, you
coop.
stop that.
Hit.
Now, stop that, I said. Stop that, I said. Kenneth, will you please say something? Kenneth Niles, you come with me.
Niles?
Door slams.
Never mind that.
No, excuse me.
Come here, Costello.
Well, it was written here.
Never mind what's written there.
Excuse me, it's business.
Well, you've driven Mrs. Niles out of the studio again.
Oh, pilot to navigator. Sided game. Tank same.
I think that's very funny, but I'm only 3.5 years old.
It's little Matilda. Matilda, what are you doing out of school?
My teacher sent me home because I kissed a little boy.
You kissed a boy?
Well, it wasn't exactly a kiss. We were eating the same liquor stick, and I chewed past my hair.
Now, look, Matilda, will you please go home?
I can't. I'll get lost.
Oh, no, you won't. The train stops at every station.
Why does it stop at every station, Uncle Louie?
Because it's a milk train.
Do they have to milk it at every station?
How do you like a little kid, 3.5 years old, wants to know if you have to milk a train?
Milk a train.
It's impossible. You can't milk a train.
That's silly.
How are they going to get a big train to sit on a little stool?
Now, look, Matilda, please. Don't worry, Uncle Louie. He's trying to get a pair of nylon stockings.
You should get a pair of nylon stockings from my friend Betty Grable.
Betty Grable? How do you know she has nylons?
Because that's where I saw her put her money.
The Bank of America never had branches like that.
Wait a minute, Matilda. Maybe you can help Uncle Louie. Do you really know Betty Grable?
Yeah. Here's a picture of us on bicycles. That's me on the handlebars.
Mm-hmm. But why have you got such a surprised look on your face?
Cold handlebars.
Go ahead.
And now back to Abbott and Costello and their search for nylon stockings.
Well, Costello, I guess we came to the right place. Look at that sign. Square deal, Biggle Bottoms, the happy. Oh, so happy store. Costello, what was that?
That was Beaglebottom making a cheerful refund.
Quiet. I wonder where the hosiery department is. Let's ask this fellow over here. Pardon me, mister. Are you the floor walker?
What do you think I am with this carnation on a flower pot? After all, I'm not a jerk, you know.
Well, you're not trying.
Costello, don't antagonize the man. He might be able to help you, you know.
Oh, I think you got something there, Abbott. Mister, please, mister. I wish you could do something for me. I gotta get a pair of nylons.
We haven't any nylons, and stop licking my hand.
It's no use, Abbott.
All right. Forget about the nylons and the date with Connie Haynes.
Just a moment, gentlemen. I can give you a tip on a real bargain. Due to a slight oversight in our tailoring department, we have 4,000 pairs of three-legged pants.
Three-legged pants? That's great. I'll tell all my three-legged friends.
But don't tell them all. Remember, only one pair to a customer.
Come on, Abbott, let's get out of here. And away from this guy.
All right, don't get excited. Wait a minute. We'll try the sales girl here. Oh, miss, can you tell us where we might get a pair of nylons?
Sorry, I can't help you. You see, I'm in long underwear.
Itchy, isn't it?
There. Stop insulting people. Now, there's only one way to get those nylons, Lou. Listen to me. We'll have to see Mr. Beetlebottom. Personally, we've got to do this. Now, come on. Here's the elevator. Up.
That's enough, Abbott. Abbott! Cut it out. Have you tried baking soda?
Look, never mind that.
All right, folks, step lively. Get a move on. Plenty of room on the second layer.
Are you going up?
What's up, Doc? What's cooking, Sancho?
Costello, look, it's Bugs Bunny.
Hey, Bugs. What are you doing running an elevator?
Well, I'm replacing a woman that's essential, Doc.
Come on, stop wasting time. Get us up there.
Okay, Doc. Going up. Go up too fast for you, Fatso?
No, I always wear my pants at half-mast.
Bugs, will you please let us out?
Okay, Doc. Egg flour, chewing gum, chocolate bar, sweet cream, butter, T-bone steaks, and other picture postcards.
Yeah, but I'm going to murder this rabbit.
No, don't pay any attention to him. Now, we've got to see Mr. Bigglebottom about those nylon stockings. There's his secretary. Pardon me, miss. Can we see Mr. Bigglebottom?
Okay, did you have an apartment?
An apartment? No.
Then where did you want to see him about?
I want to see him about some Nylon stockings.
Oh, Nylons are having a big sale in just a moment down that second Earl.
Oh, thanks. Come on, Herbert. What kind of talk is that?
Well, stop talking like that. Hurry up. We'll miss the sale.
Here you are, people. Here you are. Nylon stockings. Nylon stockings.
Hey, you. You over there. I'll take a pair.
For selling. I'm buying.
I must be from Nancy's.
Hey, Costello, stop fooling around. Look up at that sign there. One pair of nylons goes on sale in less than a minute.
Hey, but there's 500 women ahead of me.
Oh, what do you care? Go on. Squeeze through.
Oh, just a minute, young man. You can't squeeze in here.
Okay, babe. Let's go outside.
Hey, you. Watch how you're talking to my mother. She's a pistol-packing mama.
What are you, one of the blanks?
Quiet, Costello.
Is everybody quiet? Everybody quiet, please. Quiet. We are about to put on sale one pair of nylons. Remember, only one pair. The first one to get to the counter will receive the nylons and free medical attention. All right, get ready now.
All right, Fatso, you gotta win this race, Doc.
Hey, Bob, what are you doing on my back?
I'm your jockey, Doc.
How can I run fast with you on my back?
Don't worry, I got a whip. Hey, Fatso, your stirrups are loose.
Take your feet out of my garter belt.
They're off, and they're running at Bigglebottom. It was a bumpy start, and Costello broke fast. Rounding the hard way, he's pulling away. At the half, it's Costello cutting through the girdle department. Hey, he's into the back stretch. It's Costello by 4, by 6, and now a final drive down to home. It's Costello all the way. There's nothing between him and the nylons. He can't lose. He's across the finish line. And ladies and gentlemen, here is the winner, Miss Lucille Ball.
Hey, what's this gag about Lucille Ball? Come on, you. Give me those stockings.
Hey, Costello, take your hands off that girl. It is Lucille Ball.
Yes, and you won't get the stockings by wrestling with me.
Who wants stockings?
Miss Ball, I'd like to apologize for this unseemly conduct. I'm Bud Abbott.
Oh, how do you do, Mr. Abbott? You're the organ grinder, aren't you?
Yes. No. What makes you think I'm an organ grinder?
Well, I thought I recognized that monkey with you.
Now, wait a minute, kid.
Costello.
Who's the monkey? I mean, after all, I'll... Unfinished speech.
Costello. Costello, come here. Shh, quiet. Now, you've got to play up to Miss Ball if you want to get those nylons. Remember, you can catch more flies with sugar than you can with vinegar.
Who wants flies? I ain't got enough points.
Wait a minute. Look, Miss Ball, it's very important for Costello to get those nylon stockings.
My cue, thank you. Yes, and you don't need them, Seal.
Who don't need them?
Name me 2 good reasons.
What are these 2 things I'm standing on? Chopped liver?
Abbott, you're
Costello, just a minute. Look, you better let me take care of this. You know, Lou, after all, we understand things. Women are putty in my hand.
Yeah, but who wants a handful of putty?
Shut up. I'll have you know that I've got the savoir faire.
You ain't even got coffee.
Shut up.
Hey, look, Lucille, why won't you give me those nylons?
Give you the nylons. You've got a lot of nerve. You're nothing but a cheap panhandler. You're not even a man.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, now there's a great ad lib.
Look at the sheet. That's all. Read what's on there.
Well, I think I'll take the nylons home. So long, slug. See you in the slot machine.
Well, you fix things fine, Costello. What are you going to do now?
Well, I'm going to dash right out to Lucille Ball's house. Get those stockings and dash right back.
Yes, but what if she's putting them on?
Pilot to navigator, cancel that last dash.
Well, Costello, here we are at Lucille Ball's house. Now, remember, you've got to make an impression on her to get those nylon stockings. Comb your hair.
It is combed, Abbott. Look, ain't it plastered down nice?
What did you use to plaster it down?
Plaster.
How come your hair's so yellow?
Mustard plaster. Boy, watch me go to work on that Lucille Ball. I'll turn on the tom.
You'd better let me handle it, Costello. She's more of my type. I go for those trim ankles.
You couldn't afford the upkeep on an ankle like that?
Why not?
That's a very cloudy joint.
Oh, shut up here. I'll ring the bell.
Never mind. Don't ring the bell. Can't you read the sign? Maid sleeping. I'll knock.
Oh, it's about time you guys got here. You'll find the ladder and saw in the basement.
Ladder and saw?
Yeah, aren't you fellows from the tree surgeons? I was expecting somebody here to trim my tree trunks.
We're only interested in your limbs.
Look, Miss Ball, I'm afraid you have us confused with somebody else. You met us in the department store, remember? I'm Abbott.
And I'm Costello. You must have a poor memory for faces.
Yeah, especially for poor faces. Listen, what do you guys want here? It's too late for Halloween. It's too early for Groundhog Day.
Now, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Do I look like a groundhog? No coaching, please.
Quiet, Costello. Get away from me. I'll take care of this. Miss Ball, we're just trying to be neighborly. You know how the laundry situation is, and we're here to help you with your washing. For instance, we wash stockings and...
Yeah, stockings.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds interesting. Is your laundry service fast?
Fast. We bring it back before it's clean.
You see, Miss Ball, we're especially expert in the care of nylon stockings.
Yeah, nylons.
Nylons.
Wait a minute. Are you fellas trying to talk me into something?
No, we're trying to talk you out of something.
Well, I'm not interested. You'll have to leave now.
Hey, Abbott, I think we're sunk. What am I going to do?
Turn on the charm. Go ahead. Make love to her.
Okay. Oh, Lucille, please don't send me away. I've always admired you. Come, sit with me on this love sheet, baby. Please, baby. And put your feet, or your face, your foot in my hand. Not something in my hand.
Yeah, now turn it on, Costello. Turn it on. Go ahead.
Lucille, I've lived for this moment. We were meant for each other. I was born to kneel at your feet.
Get this GI haircut with a civilian approach.
Don't spur me, Lucille. Did everybody go out? Don't spur me, Lucille. I love you. I love you, Lucille. I love you. I adore you. When I look at your face, it sets my brain on fire.
I thought I smelled punk burning.
Hey, Abbott, what should I say?
Recite poetry to her.
Recite poetry?
Yeah.
Okay. Ashes to ashes and dust to dust. If I don't get you, Tommy Manville must.
Just a second. Who do you think you are, Santa Claus?
No, why?
Then stay away from my stockings. What are you trying to do, fat boy?
Fat boy? Who's fat? Look at my shape, Lucille. Of course, I go in here, then I go out there, and I go in here a little, and then I go out there a little more than I go in here a little. And that's funny. I don't come back in again.
Oh, stop being silly, Costello. Everybody knows you're fat.
Sure. I was talking to your tailor at Universal. He says he measured you for 2 days before he even met you.
Costello. He's right, Costello.
Hey, kid.
Look, Lou, why don't you stop all this nonsense? The best thing to do is put your cards on the table. Come on.
Okay, Abbott. It's this way, Lucille. I promised a pair of nylon stockings to a girl. And if you give me your nylons, I'll let you work in my next picture.
Threatening me will get you nowhere.
Oh, we could do a terrific love scene. Come here, Lucille. I'll show you the kiss. I'm getting hiccups. The kiss that made me famous. Ready?
Ready.
Contact.
Wow, where did you learn to kiss like that?
Siphoning gas out of cars. Well, what do you say, Lucille? How about another kiss?
No, thanks. I'd rather give you the stockings. You fellas turn your backs and I'll take them off.
Come on, Costello, turn around.
Yeah, and no rubbernecking.
Don't worry. I won't rubber. Ball.
I thought it was funny.
You're just the type that would rubber, heel.
Well, I hope you're happy, Costello. You finally got those nylons. Now let's go.
Come in. Hello, Lucille, darling. I just came over to... Why, my fat little sugar man, what are you all doing here two-timing on me? You all are kids, sir. I never want to see you again. What do you say to that?
Well, shut my mouth. Abbott, she did.
It serves you right.
Okay, so what are we going to do about it? I mean, after all, look, honey, why do you treat me this way? Look, I got to get you I got you the nylon stockings.
Why, sure enough, honey. Bless your fat little heart. Why didn't you have them wrapped as a gift?
Wrapped as a gift? I thought you were going to wear them.
Shucks, no. I'm giving them to Lucille Ball.
Lucille Ball? Wait a minute. Then who have I got a date with tonight?
Not with me, sugar.
And not with me, Shorty.
That's all. Nobody wants me. The world's against me.
Don't talk like that, Lou. I'm your pal. My arms are around you. How do you feel?
I still feel lonesome.
Then rest your head on my shoulder, Lou.
Okay, Abbott.
Now, how do you feel?
Much better. Let's dance.
Get out of here!
Abbott and Costello will be back in just a moment. And now here's Abbott and Costello with the final word.
Thanks, Ken. Well, folks, next Thursday is Thanksgiving. And Jane Wyman will be here to help us celebrate.
And be sure to tune in, everybody. We won't have a turkey, but that Jane Wyman. What a chicken!
Woo!
Good night, folks.
Good night.
Good night, everybody at the Lone Pond.
This is Ken Niles wishing you all a very pleasant good night from Hollywood.
Ladies and gentlemen, the secret word tonight is smile. S-M-I-L-E.
Really? Where did you learn to spell like that, Fenneman?
It was easy. You bet your life. It's Groucho Marx in You Bet Your Life, the comedy quiz series produced and transcribed from Hollywood and brought to you by the more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers. The dealers who bring you America's most talked-about car, the distinguished 1953 DeSoto and the exciting Plymouth. See them both at your DeSoto Plymouth dealers. And now, here he is, the one, the only...
You can do better than that. Oh, that's me. Well, here I am again with $1,500 for one of our couples.
Groucho, we invited some servicemen and their wives to the show tonight, and Sergeant and Mrs. Douglas Bogart were chosen to be on the show. So, folks, would you please come in to meet Groucho Marx?
Welcome, welcome, kids, for the DeSoto Plymouth dealers. Say the secret word and divide $100. It's a common word, something you always have with you. Let's see now, Sergeant and Mrs. Douglas Bogart. Are you any relation to Humphrey, Sarge?
No.
No. Judging from that handsome uniform, I'd say you were in the Marine Corps, is that right?
That's right.
I thought so. You can't fool an expert like me. Mrs. Bogart, judging from your uniform, I'd say you were a girl.
That's right.
What is your first name, Mrs. Bogart? Is it Baby?
No.
No?
It's Ida.
Oh, Ida. Well, you could be a baby Ida. What is your first name, Sarge?
Douglas.
Douglas, oh. Where are you from?
Susanville, California.
What is your job in the service?
General Supply Chief at Camp Pendleton.
For a general, I thought you were a sergeant.
No, I'm a tech sergeant. My title is General Supply Chief.
Oh. Well, what do you do in your job? Just supply chiefs with generals? You supply generals with chiefs. You can have it either way, you know.
I issue spare parts for tanks.
You're welcome. And I'd say, what did you... Never fails. What did you say your job was?
I issue spare parts for tanks.
What is your hometown, Ida?
I was born in Naples by Mount Vesuvius.
Is that near here?
Well, about 8,000 miles in Italy.
Oh, you're from Italy.
Mm-hmm. But I was raised in
Ida
Rome.
a kind of an odd name for an Italian girl?
Well, it's Ida in Italian, but...
Oh, like Aida?
Well, no, there is no A. It's just Ida. I-D-A.
Oh.
But the Americans pronounce it Ida.
I see. Would you say all Italian girls are as attractive as you are?
Oh, they're much prettier.
That's so. No wonder Vesuvius keeps blowing its stuff. Sarge, how did you meet Ida? And don't leave out any of the details.
I met her while I was on duty in Rome.
Real chatterbox, isn't he? Just imagine, Quo Vadis had the same plot, and it took 1 million words and $5 million to tell it. He's given us the whole thing. By the way, Ida, how long have you been married?
18 months.
Do you two lovebirds ever have any arguments?
No.
If they ever have an argument, she don't have to talk to herself. Huh? Well, you're a nice couple, and apparently the Marines have things well in hand. Now, in just 1 minute, you're going to play You Bet Your Life for a chance at the $1,000 question. Before you go, however, I want you to listen to some good news about a great car.
Friends, we sincerely believe that the distinguished DeSoto is the best car on the road today. Best for dependable safety, best for truly great riding comfort, best for real ease of operation. DeSoto, you know, is the car that lets you drive without shifting. Just turn the key to start, step on the gas, you go from low to high in one fluid sweep of power. As for safety, well, a light touch of your foot is all it ever takes to stop a fast-moving DeSoto. Because DeSoto Power Brakes do 50% of the work for you. And Oriflow shock absorbers ease you over the bumps gently as a feather. But, friends, the best way to test the great DeSoto is to drive it yourself. Go to your neighborhood DeSoto Plymouth dealer tomorrow and take the wheel behind the mighty 160-horsepower DeSoto Fire Dome 8 or the brilliant Power Master 6. Both great cars let you drive without shifting.
The day's now to try the world's finest carbide. The distinguished new DeSoto.
And remember, the dealers who sell the distinguished DeSoto also sell the beautiful Plymouth, first truly balanced car in the low-price field.
Let's see how high I can bet you $20. You selected songs by Hoagie Carmichael as your category. Now, here's your first question. How much will you bet?
All of it.
He says all of it.
All of it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, you're going to bet $20. Let's see if you can identify this song. Play it, Jerry. If you don't know, take a guess.
I thought at first it was Old Buttermilk Sky.
It isn't. Oh, no.
No, it's Old Rocking Chair. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
the old rocking chair will get me?
Well, that's a shame. I'm sorry, but nobody leaves here broke. I'll give you one more question.
Who
At
was
least
there
you'll
in
split
Grant's
$25, huh? Yeah. Now, this is a pretty tough one. This isn't Grant's Tomb tonight. Now, listen very carefully. Who wrote the autobiography of Benjamin Franklin?
Benjamin Franklin.
You're absolutely right.
I didn't know that
Well, Groucho, we have a young lady who's going to be married soon.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
And a commercial reporter who was chosen by our studio audience just before we went on the air. Miss Virginia Putnam and Mr. Frank Daniels, will you please come in and meet Groucho Marx?
Each year they're getting prettier, and each year I'm getting older. Well, welcome to You Bet Your Life. Say the secret word and you'll divide $100. It's a common word, something you always have with you. Miss Virginia Putnam and Mr. Frank Daniels. Well, you're a handsome couple. Miss Putnam, may I call you Virginia?
Certainly.
Well, where is your hometown, Jenny?
I was born in Los Angeles on Glendale Boulevard.
Let's see now. Since you were born in the West, I'll just call you West Virginia. How would that be? By the way, you say your name is Putnam. Is your father Israel Putnam?
No, my father's Fred Putnam.
Oh. Do you know Israel Putnam?
Well, as a matter of fact, actually, he's my great-great-great-great-grandfather.
Oh, well, he was a great-grandfather. You know who he was, huh?
Yes, I do.
He was a famous general in the Revolutionary War
Mm-hmm.
and fought at the Battle of Bunker Hill.
He did?
Yes, he did. I know more about your great-great-great-great-grandfather than you do, huh? I wasn't even there at the time. I was pretty near. At any rate, you've learned something here tonight.
Oh, I have.
Now, Mr. Daniels, tell us something about yourself. Where are you from?
Well, I'm from Minneapolis, Minnesota, Groucho. I've been out here in Los Angeles for about 2 years now.
Oh. Well, Virginia Fenneman says you're going to be married soon. Is that correct?
Yes, in about 3 weeks.
Well, Frank, you've just got time to catch a boat for Liberia.
Oh, no.
Or would you rather go through with this execution?
Well, Groucho, I think you got this little bit mixed up. I'm not marrying her. I've already got a wife and a 9-month-old baby.
Well, I don't understand this. If you're not going to marry Miss Putnam, how did you get up here?
Well, the audience selected me before the show.
To marry this girl, and you're married?
No, they selected me to come on the show.
Oh.
I'm already married.
I see. Well, they had something like that in Arizona or New Mexico not long ago. I didn't know we were going to have that on our show here. What sort of work do you do, Frank?
I'm a commercial reporter, Groucho.
Oh, well, let's hear you report the commercials on this show. We could use something after Fenneman. What is a commercial reporter?
Well, actually, I'm a credit investigator.
Commercial reporter, indeed. A sneaky way to introduce himself. Who do you work for?
I work for Dun & Bradstreet, Groucho.
Oh, I know them very well. I've been done by Bradstreet for years. Well, exactly what is Dun & Bradstreet? I often see that name in the Wall Street Journal.
Well, Dun & Bradstreet is a mercantile agency that performs a service for its subscribers in the fact that it writes credit reports on businesses so that the subscriber may ship merchandise to a person with some assurance that they will be paid.
I see. Well, suppose I want you to check on a company for me. How do you go about it?
Well, first you have to tell me the name of the company.
Well, it's Dun & Bradstreet. Before you get my money, I want to know how shifty you are. Virginia, let's get back to you. Do you have a job?
Yes, I work for Tom Kelly, the commercial photographer.
Oh, I'll have to come over and see our studio sometime. We could go in the dark room and see what develops, huh? That's an old joke, isn't it? Huh?
It's very old.
You don't have to agree with me quite so quickly. Don't forget, there's a quiz coming up. What sort of work do you do for this photographer, Jenny?
Well, I'm a prop girl, and I assist the stylist.
Prop girl? You don't look like any prop to me, Virginia. What do you spend most of your time doing?
Running around for unusual props, such as live pheasants, or an unusual beer stein, or drapes.
Sounds pretty dull, doesn't it?
Well, drapes can be pretty interesting. For instance, we got the nice red plushy drape that Marilyn Monroe draped her form across on that famous calendar photo.
You did that picture there?
Mm-hmm.
There was a drape in that picture?
Yes,
You know, I've looked at that picture 1,000 times and I've never seen a drape. I couldn't even tell you what year it was. Well, I'd like to continue this kind of conversation, but it's time for you to play You Bet Your Life.
In the race for the $1,500, the first couple lost all their money, and the secret word is smile.
Run your $20 no more than our other couples. You'll get a chance at the big money later. I hope you win because you're going to have 2 wives and you're going to need every nickel you can. You selected nicknames of famous sport figures. Here's your first question. Now, how much will you bet? You have $20 and talk it over and one answer between you.
You bet the $20? Okay, let's bet the whole works.
All right. What baseball player was known as the Georgia Peach?
Georgia Peach. Georgia Peach. Baseball player from Georgia. Scooter Rizzuto. Let's see.
Take a stab if you don't know.
Oh, Red Rolfe.
No, probably the most famous ball player of all time, Ty Cobb. Well, you got off to a flying start there, huh?
Yes.
You can't even take care of one wife after this. Well, we're not going to let you leave here broke. We'll give you one more question for $25. Are you ready? What kind of animal is noted for his monkey shines?
A monkey.
Ty Cobb is right, huh? Put it there.
Well, Groucho, just before we went on the air, our studio audience selected a college girl, Doreen Davis. Her partner is a special guest tonight, Judge Leroy Dawson of the Los Angeles Municipal Court. So, folks, would you please come in and meet Groucho Marx?
Welcome to You Bet Your Life. Say the secret word and you'll divide $100. It's a common word, something you always have with you. Doreen Davis and Judge Leroy Dawson. Can't be a judge. Where's your bench?
Well, that's at the courthouse where I've been expecting to see you sometime.
Dawson, I'm letting you off with a warning. Don't let me catch you facing me again, ever. Clear? You, girl, tell the court your right name.
Doreen Davis.
Age?
21.
Marital status?
Married.
Case dismissed. Doreen, what is your hometown?
I'm from Hollywood, California. I was born in the Hollywood Hospital.
You were, eh? Oh, it's a nice town. Now, Judge Dawson, by the way, how is it I've never been in your court? Are you new around here?
No, I've been 22 years on the bench.
Really? Have you ever tried hatching any eggs? Just as a sideline. Oh, brother, am I going to be careful the next 20 years. Judge, what kind of cases do you handle?
Oh, we handle a little bit of everything in the municipal court. I'm in preliminary hearings now. But
You're only a preliminary judge?
Well, at the present
When do you
moment,
get to the main bout?
Well, traffic, and then we handle civil suits, too. Damages, civil suits.
Oh, you handle suits, you say?
Yeah.
Well, I wish you'd take this and have it back in the morning. Before you get the gravy off this. That's an old joke, isn't it, Judge?
Well, I don't want to judge that here.
You're not going to get an opportunity anyplace else. Now, Judge, I imagine you must see people as they really are in your courtroom, huh?
No, I see them as they hope to make me think they are for that moment.
Were you a lawyer before you became a judge?
Oh, yes.
Is that necessary?
That's absolutely necessary.
You have to pass the bar examination?
Yes.
Well, how can you tell if a man is lying to you? Or a woman, for that matter?
Well, let's leave the women out of it.
Yeah.
They're hopeless. No, but they lie just to keep in practice.
I object to that.
Well, I object to it, too, but it's true, nevertheless.
Objection's overruled. Go ahead.
Now, Judge, do women ever try to kind of give you the eye in order to get a lighter sentence?
Well, Mrs. Dawson is here, and in my own self-protection, I prefer not to answer that question. I'll say that if they did, I don't think she got much result.
Who did, Mrs. Dawson?
She was never in court yet. I've been waiting for that day, too.
Well, Doreen, the judge is pretty cute, isn't he?
Sure is.
Now, Mr. Fenneman says you're a college student, is that right?
Yes, I am.
Which college do you attend?
I go to UCLA.
Uh-huh. And when did you matriculate?
Well, I started UCLA in 1949.
Uh-huh.
And I've been going there ever since.
You continue to go there indefinitely?
It looks that way.
Well, you say you're married?
Yes, I am.
You met your husband in college?
Yes, I did. I met him on a blind date.
Are you going to raise the family at UCLA, or are you planning on quitting there someday?
I guess we'll raise our family there.
Oh. You know, I've heard that 97% of you girls at college go there to hook a sucker. Is that true?
No, I don't think... No.
No? Well, what would you say the percentage is? Judge, I was surprised when you said you were in the preliminary division. I remember you very well in connection with traffic cases. How come?
Well, we're subject to transfer by the presiding judge. We work 1 year in traffic, another year in another division.
Well, would you regard this as a promotion?
Oh, yes.
You were nationally famous as a traffic judge. Can you give us your general impressions of the average driver who came up before you?
Well,
you probably think we're all crazy. Huh?
Well, I wouldn't like to say definitely, but there's some... After you watch people drive and then listen to their explanations, you're liable to get that idea. I've learned after listening to about 3,000 or 4,000 customers.
That's a nice legal phrase.
Well,
you would think he was running a haberdashery shop.
It's a big business.
Oh.
Last year I had 2,500 customers, and not one of them was satisfied, but we're still doing business.
Well, do you get a cut on all the fines that you slap on these people?
No, but that would be a very delicious assignment if that was true. No, I've listened to these folks, and I found there's a distinctively Los Angeles technique in drivers, you know?
As compared to other cities?
Oh, yes. The average Los Angeles driver drives as though he had just bought the street.
Judge, if you pardon me, but there's more of a chance that they bought the street than the car.
I think there's something to that, too. At least they can't take the street back. They drive as though they just bought it. They drive as though their license was title and not a right to use. They drive right down the center of the street. I don't know why we need 3-lane highways. They drive right down the center lane, and they have one eye on the rearview mirror and one eye on the speedometer. I say, how fast were you going? And they say, 34 miles an hour. I say, how do you know that? They say, I was looking at the speedometer. So there you are. They have one eye on the speedometer, one eye in the rearview mirror, and what chance has a pedestrian? Not until they get another eye. So there you go, down the street, and all of a sudden the guy they've been looking for appears in the wrong place. The guy on the motorcycle, instead of being in the mirror, is out here on the left side. He announces his arrival, beep beep, and suggests you pull over. So you take 5 blocks to find a fire plug that you could park it. And, well, then they come on to court, and I say, come on up here. And I say, you're charged with doing this, read whatever it says. And they say, guilty, Your Honor, but... I know what I'm going to get now. I'm going to get a 5-minute speech on why this guy is so important socially, financially.
He can break you.
No, that's what he thinks.
Yeah. And you're going to break him with his fine.
No, he just wants to explain why he shouldn't be required to pay the prevailing scale. It's all right for everybody else, but not for him.
Well, he's got a point if it's me.
Well, of course, there's that other type that says, you can't send me to jail. That's a bad statement. You know, that always arouses my competitive spirit.
Hey, Judge, have you ever thought of going into vaudeville with this man?
No.
Now, there's one question I have to ask you, because I hear this question frequently. I hate to interrupt this.
Well, that's
this
all right.
Real humorous and good. But is a motorcycle policeman obliged to bring in so many people every day?
No, they don't get a percentage.
No, I didn't mean that. There's some kind of a theory or rumor that a motorcycle policeman is obliged to bring in so many customers, as you call them, every day.
Well, I don't think they are. Of course, I've heard that rumor, too, but...
It's not true.
I don't think it is. There is no necessity for a quota. I think it's difficult to keep from bringing in more.
Well, Judge, I've been kidding you, but I want you to know we all respect you for your outstanding work as a jurist, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. And if I ever have to appear in your court, it'll take 6 men to carry me in. And a straitjacket. Now it's time to play You Bet Your Life for a chance at the big money. And you're a pretty smart cookie. You ought to do pretty well up here, Judge.
In the race for the $1,500, our first 2 couples lost all their money.
You selected what's the number as your category. These numbers are associated with familiar titles and phrases. Let's see if you can identify the number. Here's your first question. How much will you bet?
Go ahead.
You want to bet 15?
15, all right.
Okay. How many thieves opposed Alabama?
Go ahead.
40.
40 is right.
You now have $35.
You have $35. How much of this are you going to bet on your second question?
It's all right.
In a story by Jules Verne, how many leagues under the sea?
20,000.
20,000 is right.
You now have $65.
Here's your third question. How much are you going to bet?
60.
60.
All right. How many horsemen of the apocalypse were there?
4.
4 is correct.
It now climbed to $125.
You didn't spend all your time with Chief Justice Marshall, Judge. Or even Gladstone. I don't mean the bag. Here's your last chance to beat the other couples. They have $125. How much are you going to bet?
120.
120.
120. How many reindeer in a visit from St. Nicholas?
8.
8 is absolutely correct.
And you wind up with a grand total of $245.
Thanks and good luck from the DeSoto Plymouth dealers.
And that means that Judge Dawson and the college girl will get a chance in just 1 minute at the DeSoto Plymouth $1,500 question. Folks, have you seen a Groucho Marx used car special yet? Well, if so, you'll have noticed a great many things about it. First of all, you'll have admired the appearance. Chances are the Groucho special used car you saw was a late model, low-mileage car, in perfect shape and ready to roll. Then, if you looked at the price tag, you probably saw that you could buy this Groucho special for a remarkably small down payment, and that all the remaining payments were small, and you could take your time in paying them. That's what that Groucho Special sticker stands for. It means that the car you're looking at was picked by your DeSoto Plymouth dealer as one of his really outstanding buys. A remarkable car, priced to make it the hottest bargain in town. Of course, if you looked around, you saw that all the cars the DeSoto Plymouth dealer had on display were unusual bargains. That's because of the overwhelming popularity of the new DeSoto in Plymouth. Your neighborhood DeSoto Plymouth dealer has far and away the finest used car bargains in town. Take advantage of his remarkable used car offers. See his unusual stock of fine used cars tomorrow. Pay special attention to that wonderful group of cars known as the Groucho Special used cars. We're sure you'll find exactly what you're looking for among the fine used cars of your neighborhood DeSoto Plymouth dealer. Now, Groucho, here's our winning couple, Judge Dawson and the college girl, all set for the DeSoto Plymouth $1,500 question.
Here we go for $1,500. I'll give you 15 seconds to decide on a single answer between you. Think carefully, and please no help from the audience. Here it is. One of the 7 wonders of the ancient world was the one built by Nebuchadnezzar to please his Persian queen. For $1,500, what was this great wonder called? You have 15 seconds. Now talk it over. What's the answer you two have decided upon?
The Hanging Gardens of Babylon.
That is absolutely correct. I was just saying to it, if I ever appear before your court, that I get a break, Judge.
I think I'll award you a free boulevard stop, sir.
Well, you win $1,500. How much in the quiz, Judge?
$245 in the quiz.
$1,745. What are you going to do with all that money?
I can't believe it.
Well, if you don't believe her, we won't give it. That'll take care of that problem. Well, thanks to both of you, and congratulations on the more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers from coast to coast. You bet your life.
Be sure to tune in again next Wednesday night at the same time for the Groucho Marx Show, when the big question will be worth $1,000. And don't miss Groucho's television show, also presented by the DeSoto Plymouth Dealers of America. And remember that the dealers who sell the distinguished 1953 DeSoto also sell the brilliant Plymouth, the first truly balanced car in the low-price field. DeSoto, Plymouth, two great cars, both products of the Chrysler Corporation.
And when you drive in, tell them Groucho sent you. Good night, folks, and remember, just be sure to see the distinguished new DeSoto.
Folks, here's a reminder from the National Safety Council. When driving, peel your eye for the small fry. You Bet Your Life, transcribed from Hollywood, is produced by John Goodell, directed by Robert Dwan and Bernie Smith. Music by Jerry Fielding. This is George Fenneman signing off with the more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers from coast to coast. You Bet Your Life is heard by our armed forces throughout the world.
Meet the people who live in the Burns house, George and Gracie. Well, it's morning in the Burns home, and while Gracie sips her after-breakfast coffee, George stares gloomily into space. On his plate are a couple of untouched cold fried eggs, which look much happier than he does.
You haven't eaten a thing, dear. Don't you want your nice eggs?
No.
They're very fresh.
No, thanks.
They're less than 24 hours old. I just fried them yesterday morning.
I can't eat.
What's the matter, George? Does your darling little head ache?
No.
Is there a pain in your precious little chest?
No.
Does your tiny little back hurt?
No.
Is there an ache in your great big...
No.
Well, sometimes your feet do bother you.
Oh, I'm not sick. I'm just discouraged because I'm a failure.
You are not.
Oh, yes, I am. You married a poor, miserable, broken-down flop.
Oh, nonsense. You're just repeating what you hear.
It's true. I'm a complete bust. First, I ran for political office and got one vote, my own. Then you told me Harry James wanted me to sing with his band, and that was a mistake.
A mistake which Harry James will regret. You have a gorgeous voice.
Oh, let's face it. I've got a voice like an owl with asthma.
That's not true. You have the voice of a songbird. Why, it's as though a nightingale flew down your throat and laid an egg there.
You're such a comfort to me.
And I always will be. What if you can't be in politics? What if you can't sing with Harry James? There are dozens of things you can do well, so cheer up.
What things, for instance?
So cheer up.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever I feel low, I go down and buy myself a new hat, and then I feel better. Maybe that would make you feel better.
I doubt it.
Well, it's worth trying. I'll go right down and buy myself a new hat.
Never mind.
I'll answer the door. Oh, good morning, Mr. Postman.
Good morning, Mrs. Burns. Delicious morning, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it is lovely.
All nature is in a playful mood today. I gave way to an impulse myself, impetuous boy that I am.
Oh, what did you do?
I kept thinking how wonderful it would be to let the breeze caress my bare skin, and finally I could resist no longer.
Mr. Postman, you didn't?
Yes, I took off my cap. Well, here's your mail, Mrs. Burns.
Oh, thank you. Maybe this will cheer my husband up. Oh, wait a minute. This mail is for Dinah Shaw.
Oh, dear, did I get it mixed up again? You see, your number is 202 Cannon Drive, and hers is 220.
Oh, yes, I know it's confusing. We even get packages belonging to Dinah Shaw. The other day, George unwrapped a package, and it was a size 26 girdle.
Oh, that's rich.
Oh, yeah. George wears a 42.
Well, I guess there's no mail today. Goodbye, Mrs. Burns. Remember, keep smiling.
Who was it, Gracie?
The postman, dear.
Oh, swell. Any mail for me?
Oh, I'm sorry, darling. It was all for Dinah Shaw again.
Oh, nuts. I wish people would learn that we live at 202 Cannon Drive, and she lives at 220. Anyway, that shows you how important I am. The only mail I get belongs to somebody else.
Oh, well, don't you worry. You'll soon be getting plenty.
What do you mean?
Well, I know how much you enjoy getting mail, so to make you happy, I opened accounts at 7 new stores.
I'm delirious.
Well, our hero's feeling pretty miserable. He's convinced that life is a sham and a mockery. But at this very moment in Kansas City, Missouri, big things are shaping up for our miserable little hero. Let's listen in on a meeting of the Kansas City Chamber of Commerce.
Gentlemen, the votes have been tabulated, and I am pleased to report that Miss Dinah Shaw has been chosen Kansas City's favorite singer. Mr. Secretary, send a telegram to Dinah Shaw inviting her to be guest of honor next Tuesday night at the opening of our 5th War Loan Drive. Do you have her address?
Yes, sir. It's 202 Cannon Drive, Los Angeles. Or is it 220? I think it's 202. Yes, that's right. I'll send it to Dinah Shaw, 202 Cannon Drive.
Oh, wait, let's not be so formal. Let's show Dinah how we really feel about her. Just address the wire to Kansas City's favorite singer, 202 Cannon Drive, Los Angeles.
George?
What?
Please don't pout anymore. It warps your little rosebud mouth, all out of shape.
I can't help it.
Well, I know what would cheer you up. The sound of your own glorious singing.
I'll never sing again.
Oh, please, darling. Unlock those little silver tonsils and just blast Mama right off her chair.
No.
Oh, please, George. Just let me hear one beautiful flute-like note. Oh, that was the prettiest one you ever...
That was the door buzzer.
Oh.
Come in.
Telegram.
Oh, thank you. George, give the boy a tip.
Here you are, son. Keep the change.
Gee, thanks. That'll pay my rent. On a phone booth for 3 minutes.
George, look at this wire. I told you were great.
What is it?
Well, you've been chosen Kansas City's favorite singer, and they want you to sing there at the opening of the big war bond rally.
Wow, Kansas City's favorite singer.
Yeah, and look what else it says. Many thanks and a big hug and a kiss from the mayor.
They must have women doing everything in Kansas City.
Oh, Oh, George, this is wonderful. And I'm so glad that Kansas City will be the scene of your big triumph. Remember what else happened in Kansas City, darling?
Sure. That's where we got married.
Yeah. That's where a certain tall, handsome man slipped the ring on my finger.
Yeah.
And then you paid him for the ring and we got married.
Gee, Kansas City's favorite singer. Oh, Kansas City, here I come.
Jimmy Cash, our young tenor, sings to you the romantic ballad, Amor.
Amor, amor, amor. This word so sweet that I repeat means I adore you. Amor, amor, my love. Would you deny this heart that I have placed before you? I can't find another word with meaning so clear. My lips try to whisper sweeter things in your ear, but somehow or another, nothing sounds quite so dear as this soft caressing word I know. Life divine, say you'll be mine and love me only.
Well, a telegram inviting Dinah Shore to sing in Kansas City next week was mistakenly delivered to George Burns. The telegram was addressed to Kansas City's favorite singer, so that was good enough for George.
Gee, Kansas City's favorite singer. Oh, Kansas City, here I come. Right.
George.
Back.
George.
Where?
George. George. Stop singing. They don't appreciate you in this town. Don't let another golden note speak out of that precious little throat until we get outside the Los Angeles city limits.
Well, isn't that a little selfish?
No. It'll serve the people right. They didn't want you when they had you. So now we'll just walk out and they'll be stuck here with Bing Crosby and Frank Sinatra and Nelson Eddy and Dennis Morgan.
Yeah, and Dinah Shore.
Yeah. I don't see them being chosen the favorite of any city.
That's right. Oh, Kansas City, here I come. Right.
George.
Back.
George.
Where?
George. George, stop singing. Don't throw that glorious stuff around here anymore. Hollywood doesn't even deserve a hum.
Maybe you're right.
Certainly. They didn't even have the decency to put your footprints in the concrete at Grauman's Chinese. Well, I'll bet after Kansas City has heard you sing, they'll put you in concrete clear up to your neck. Come in.
Hi, Paul.
Oh, Bill, you're the first to hear the news.
What?
They want George in Kansas City.
Well, George, don't budge unless they produce extradition papers.
They want me to sing there. Here, look at this telegram.
Well, I'll be darned. In the municipal auditorium before 12,000 people. George, this is important.
You said it.
Hand me that phone. Hello? Hello, long distance? Would you get me the municipal auditorium in Kansas City, Missouri?
What's the idea?
Well, I'm checking up on that auditorium. You can't just sing any place.
Bill, it's great. Tippett sings there. Nelson Eddy. Martinelli.
Well, those guys aren't George Burns. I gotta know it's right. Hello? Is this the manager of the Municipal Auditorium in Kansas City? Yes. Well, would you please step into the washroom and see if there's plenty of Swan soap there?
Give me that phone.
Well, George, you know you'd be lost without Swan. After all, it's the new white floating soap. There's 4 soaps in one.
Bill, why don't you pack up and go to Kansas City with us?
Oh, Gracie, I
Well, there are lots of pretty women there.
Well, Gracie, pretty women don't bother me.
No?
No, but maybe they will in Kansas City. Let's go. I can show them how to wash dishes with Swan. Just wait till they get a load of those Swan suds.
Okay, Bill, run home and get packed. Gee, Kansas City's favorite singer. I still can't figure out how they happen to pick me.
Well, George, I guess Kansas City is proud of the fact that you're a native son.
And I'm a native of New York.
That's what Kansas City is proud of. See you later, folks.
Oh, don't mind him, dear. You're a success now. Greater even than Sinatra.
You think so?
For sure. Sinatra's had his day. Now it's your turn to hold America in the hollow of your chest.
I guess so. Well, I think I'll go and do a little packing.
Come in. Why, Tootsie Stagger.
Hello, Gracie.
Oh, Tootsie, have you heard the news? George and I are going to Kansas City.
Kansas City? Oh, I've been corresponding with a man there.
You have?
Uh-huh. I met him through the Lonely Hearts Correspondence Club.
Why, Tootsie, how romantic.
Yes. He sent me a postcard, and then I sent him a postcard. He sent me a letter, and then I sent him a letter. He sent me his picture, and then I sent him my picture. Gracie, what's holding up the mail from Kansas City?
Well, Tootsie, maybe your picture was lost. Why don't you have another one taken in a bathing suit? You know, like Betty Grable.
Oh, well, I couldn't look like Betty Grable. She's so curvy.
Oh, not as curvy as you.
Oh, you mean
well, sure. I'll bet your shoulders are much rounder.
Gracie, I wish I could go to Kansas City with you so I could find that man and marry him. Oh, but I'll bet George won't let me.
Well, he might, Tootsie. You see, George feels very romantic about Kansas City because that's where we spent our honeymoon.
Really?
Yes. Oh, what a glorious honeymoon. I've never tasted such steak.
Oh, here comes George now. I'll ask him real nice.
Gracie, I think I'll run down and get the railroad ticket.
Hello, Georgie.
Hello, kid.
George, can we take Tootsie to Kansas City?
What? And frighten those nice people? I should say no.
Darn it, I'll never get a husband.
Oh, well, now, don't worry, Tootsie. We'll get you to Kansas City somehow. And you'll have your honeymoon there just like George and I did.
Oh, gee, I hope so.
Oh, that reminds me, Tootsie. You know, there are certain things every young bride should know. Now, George and I have a book that we read. It made our honeymoon a glorious experience. Would you like to borrow it?
Well, what's the book called?
50 Card Games for 2 People.
Time for Felix Mills and his orchestra with the Swantet. It's a brand new novelty called the Doodlebug Song.
What a Katie did. What a Katie did. What a Katie did. Then I couldn't do what a doodlebug could do. If I chuck like a woodchuck would. I'd be in luck, but I can't chuck like a woodchuck would. What a doodlebug would do. If a doodlebug could do. What a doodlebug should do.
Well, George has been sailing since he got that telegram addressed to Kansas City's favorite singer. Meanwhile, at the home of Kansas City's really favorite singer...
Hello? Yes, this is Dinah Shore. Kansas City calling? Oh, put 'em on. Hello? No. No, I didn't get any telegram. What? Kansas City's favorite singer? Well, thank you. At a Barn Valley? Oh, I'd love to be there. Oh, how about train reservations? Oh, you have? Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, I can leave tonight. Okay, Kansas City, I'll be seeing you. Thanks again. Bye.
And now, back to George, who was waiting in line to get his train reservations to Kansas City. His head is so far in the clouds, he doesn't notice what's happening in the ticket window ahead of him.
Here you are, lady. You're lucky to get this.
Oh, I know. And thank you so much. This is wonderful. A railroad ticket to Pasadena. And I only have to wait till November. Thank you.
Next, please. I'd like to get a half-fare ticket for my little boy. He's going to Albuquerque. Okay, that'll be $50. Oh, but that's the full fare. I want a ticket for a little boy. Don't worry. By the time he gets a seat on the train, he'll be a grown man. Next. Give me 2 lowers to Kansas City for tonight. Would you say that again? Give me 2 lowers for Kansas City for tonight. I guess there'll be a lot of you Republicans showing up now. What'd you say? Oh, nothing. Well, if you haven't got 2 lowers, a bedroom will do. Oh, a bedroom will do. Yeah. And is there any special kind of train that you'd like? Or is the kind that goes choo-choo all right? Oh, choo-choo is fine with me. Thank you. Now about your bed. Would you like the pillow stuffed with Kleenex? Huh? And don't worry about oversleeping. We'll have the conductor come in every hour and stick a Hershey bar in your mouth. You wouldn't be pulling my leg, would you? No, the porter will do that at Wichita. What is this? Just give me my tickets. Are you kidding? Next. But I've got to sing in Kansas City. Next. But You heard him say next. Scram. Okay. Now, what can I do for you, madam?
My husband got sick, and I want to cancel this double bedroom to Kansas City tonight.
Oh, wait. Can I buy it from you?
Sure, why not? Just give me the $100.
Madam, I could kiss you for this.
Okay, but that'll make it $200.
Darn it, Gracie. There must be some way I can get to Kansas City with you. I want to get married.
Hey, wait a minute. I think I've got an idea.
What, Gracie?
That trunk over there. You could hide in that and nobody would know a thing about it.
Well, gee, it looks awfully small for a tall girl like me.
Oh, nonsense. You can bend at the waist and knees, don't you? All we have to find is one more place we can bend you.
Okay. If I thought it would get me a man, I'd squeeze into an empty toothpaste tube.
Gee, I told you quick. I hear George. Get into the trunk.
All right. I'll try.
There. That's it.
Is all of me in the trunk, Grandma?
Oh, yes. I bet you haven't had your feet in your mouth since you were a baby. Well, here goes.
Hi, Gracie. I'm all packed.
Oh, Bill, it's you. I just locked Tootsie Sagwell up in his trunk.
What? Tootsie in that trunk with no air holes? Give me that key, quick.
Why?
I want to swallow it.
Oh, Bill. There. Come on out, Tootsie.
Well, what's the big idea, girls?
Well, George doesn't want Tootsie to go to Kansas City with us, so she's going in this trunk.
Well, Gracie, she can't ride clear across the desert like that. You've at least got to put some water in there for her.
Say, that's right.
Well, sure, Tootsie. It gets dry and dusty, and you'll want to wash with Swan. Here's a bar of Swan, the new white floating soap.
Oh, Bill, all you think about is soap. I'm going to Kansas City to be married.
Yeah, Tootsie has been corresponding with a man through the Lonely Hearts Club. And now he's going to see her in person.
He is?
Well, sure. Missouri is the show-me state.
Well, Tootsie, you're in no state to be shown.
Oh, Bill, you're just sorry that... Oh, look, here comes George. Quick, Tootsie, into the trunk.
Well, Gracie, I got the tickets. Oh, hello, Bill.
Hi, George.
I'm all packed and ready, dear. Tell them to handle this trunk carefully. There's something special in it.
Gracie, we're not taking that old broken-down wreck to Kansas City.
George Burns, you peek.
What's in the trunk?
Oh, you don't know? Why, it's Swan soap.
Are you asking me or telling me?
No, I'm telling you, it's Swan soap. You never know when a little Kansas City baby might crawl up to you and ask you to bathe with a swan.
Gracie.
Well, Swan's great for bathing babies because it's so mild and gentle. Right, Bill?
Right, Gracie.
Look, I plan to bathe very few babies in Kansas City. Probably not more than 2 or 3 babies tops.
Oh, George, just don't bathe their tops.
Look, what's in this...
And remember, George, Swan breaks in two. Right, Bill?
Right, Gracie. That's so you can put half in the bathroom for your hands and face tub or shower, and half in the kitchen for dishes and light laundry.
This trunk is not going to Kansas City. Going to take it back to the garage.
No, wait there. You go get your grip. I'll do it.
You'll do it. Gracie, this is a heavy trunk. That's a job for a man.
Well, guess that narrows it down to me.
Okay, Samson. I'll go get my grip.
Quick, Bill. Carry it out to your car and take it to the station.
Yeah, all right, Gracie.
Tootsie. Tootsie.
Yes, Gracie?
Tootsie, it's happening. At last you're being carried over the threshold by Bill Goodwin.
Oh, quiet. Well, Gracie, call a cab. We're on our way. Well, Kansas City, here I come. Right.
George.
Back.
George.
Where?
George.
Hi.
George.
Huh?
George, stop singing. Those golden notes are not for Hollywood's ears anymore, remember?
Oh, that's right.
They haven't given you a chance in this town. All this time your town has been right under their very noses and they couldn't smell it.
Yeah.
But the people in Kansas City smelled you 1,500 miles away.
Come on.
You'll be back in a few seconds, and immediately after, you'll hear the very latest CBS News reports from the invasion. Meanwhile, here's something you can do tomorrow to help back up the men who are fighting overseas. Take that can of waste kitchen fat right over to your butcher's. Waste fats are needed for sulfa drugs and other supplies to save the lives of our wounded and for bombs and ammunition to push over Hitler. Every drop of waste fat is needed now as never before. So save all you can and take all you have to your butcher tomorrow. Get at least one friend to do the same. And now here are George and Gracie.
Oh, George, isn't it thrilling to think that we're going to Kansas City to sell war bonds?
You bet it is. I hope my singing will sell them.
Oh, it will. And that money will be used to buy bombs so that our flyers can lay eggs on Berlin.
Yeah.
Oh, just think. Every time you sing, another egg will be laid.
Next week, the makers of Swan, the new white coating soap, will bring you George and Gracie broadcasting from Kansas City, Missouri, in behalf of the 5th War Loan Drive. Our guest will be Dinah Shore. And remember, the same time every Monday and Wednesday when you'll hear two other great programs, Lux Radio Theater and Frank Sinatra. Both the same time in the evening and over the same station as Swan Soap's George Burns and Gracie Allen. Tune in every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at this same time. This program is broadcast to our servicemen and women all over the world through the facilities of the Armed Forces Radio Service. Remember George Burns and Gracie Allen, CBS, next Tuesday night, broadcasting from Kansas City with our guest, Dinah Shore. And now till next Tuesday, this is Bill Goodwin saying, well, I Swan, how about you? Good night. This is CBS, Columbia Broadcasting System.
KNX Columbia Square, Los Angeles. The invasion is now underway. Remember, our fighting men need our support to carry this fight to the finish. Buy more war bonds, the people's bonds. Correct Pacific War time, now 10 seconds before 6:30.
Say, Amos, this seems like Sunday.
It is Sunday. You see, Andy, we is on the radio now every Sunday on CBS for Rinso.
That's right. Rinso, the new Rinso with Solium, brings you the Amos and Andy Show. Rinso, the soap that contains Solium, the sunlight ingredient, brings you a full half hour of entertainment with Lou Lubin, Eddie Green, Jeff Alexander's orchestra and chorus, and radio's all-time favorites, Amos and Andy. And now, Lever Brothers Company, the makers of Rinso, invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy Amos and Andy. Well, as the fall season rolls around once again, let us look in on the home of the Kingfish and his wife, Sapphire Stevens. The time is noon. The Kingfish has just come home for lunch to find Sapphire packing her bag.
Sapphire, what you doing stuffing your clothes in the suitcase there?
I'm taking a little trip to Chicago to visit Mama. You know, George, I ain't seen her for almost 5 years. I wonder what she looks like now.
Yeah, well, don't get your hopes too high, Sapphire. Once you look like a walrus, you always look like a walrus.
Oh, I'm so anxious to see her. She written that she's got a job working in a florist shop, and it makes her so happy to be surrounded by flowers.
Yeah, you know, it make me happy to see her that way myself.
That'll do. I don't want to hear another word about it. Now, listen here, George. There's something you just got to do for me while I'm gone.
Now, what's that?
There's an old school chum of mine getting in town tomorrow from Georgia by the name of Lula Mae Simpson. Her husband passed on last year, and she's coming up here to look around for another husband, and we've got to help her.
Yeah, well, what you want me to do about it?
I want you to introduce her to some nice, edible bachelors. But none of them bums over at that lodge hole.
Yeah, what does this Lula Mae look like?
Well, she happens to weigh 225 pounds, but she's got a real sweet face. See, here's a picture of her she sent me with the letter. And we just got to find her a husband.
Let me see the picture.
Here she is.
Holy mackerel. Compared to her, a hippopotamus is a delicate creature.
George, we got to get my girlfriend a husband.
Yeah, well, I ain't going to introduce her to nobody.
Well, if you don't, then I ain't going, and I'll have Mama visit us.
Visit us? Sweetheart, you has done blackmailed me into it. All right. Well, Henry Van Porter Well, come in. I ain't seen you for months.
Oh, charming to see you, Kingfish.
Yeah, tell me, Henry, did you have a nice summer?
Oh, yes, we had a long motor trip. We went from here out to California to see that place where they have the big redwoods, Yosemite Park.
Well...
And then we panhandled through Texas and ended up at White Sulphuric Springs.
Well, sounds like you had quite a trip there, son.
Oh, yes. How about you, Kingfish? Did you escape the heat of the city this summer?
Oh, yeah, me and my wife Sapphire went up on the roof a couple of times, squirted the hose on each other. Sapphire's taking a little trip now, though. She left yesterday for her mother's, thank goodness.
Yeah, well, you should be all smile.
Yeah, but I got a tough job, Henry. Sapphire's got a gal friend that gets in town today that wants to get married, and Sapphire wants me to introduce her to some legible bachelors, you see. It's a gal built like an elephant by the name of Lula Mae Simpson. Just come up from Georgia.
Lula Mae Simpson? Wait a minute here. There's an item in the Society column about her in today's newspaper.
In the Society column?
Yes, and it says she was left a $20,000 estate by her late husband, and she's planning to spend the entire winter in our city.
$20,000? You know, Henry, if I could find some guy to marry her, I could collect a marriage broker's fee. I'd be on easy street. I wonder who I could get.
Well, I ain't got the faintest idea, but I've just seen him walking toward the pool room.
So Andy's at the pool hall, huh?
Yes, you know, Kingfish, maybe this scheme of yours will work. If you get them together, maybe Dan Cupid will hit Andy with the arrow.
Yeah, well, if you don't hit Andy, you certainly can't miss Lula Mae, I tell you that. Now, when Andy come into office here, if I can just make him think that I was a marriage broker, maybe I can stick him with that fat gal Lula Mae, and that way get a cut at the $20,000. Oh, yeah, he come now. I'll get on the telephone here.
Hi there, Kingfish. What you doing?
I was a marriage broker, and with clients all over the world. There's a big shortage of women. Right now, I was waiting for a long-distance call from Australia.
Australia?
Wait a minute. Here, come now. Hello? Who is this, Australia? Oh, hello, Ozzy. What's the trouble? Oh, you say you was at the church waiting to get married and you can't find a wife, huh? Well, that's too bad. I see. Yeah, well, my advice is to grab the first good-looking kangaroo that comes along. What are you all spoken for, huh? Oh, this shortage is really worldwide. Sorry, I can't help you. Well, goodbye. Happy boomerang to you and all that stuff. See you later. Goodbye.
Say, Kingfish, what is this worldwide thing you're talking about?
Andy, it's a shortage of women. You know, of course, that there's a shortage of women.
I'll say. The one I took out last night only came up to my belt buckle.
No, and I mean that there ain't enough women to go around. Ain't you heard about it?
No, the drought ain't hit me yet. I was just figuring the other night, on the basis of smooching, this has been my best year since 1941. No,
there's a shortage, and matter of fact, statistics prove that within the next 10 years, if the shortage of women keeps up, 1 out of 5 babies will be born without a mother.
What is they doing about the situation?
Well, with the shortage in this part of the country, we has got to bring women from another part of the country where they got a longage, you see.
Oh, yeah.
The situation is bad, ain't it?
Yeah, well, maybe I ought to do something about this shortage of women.
Yeah, you're right. Now, you as my pal, maybe I can help you. Let me look at my list here. Yeah. Wait a minute. Here, I got it. Holy Moses, you was in luck. Yeah. There's one that's just been imported from Georgia that's worth $20,000 in cash.
$20,000? Sounds like she's a lovely woman. I'll take her. What's she look like?
Her name is Lula Mae Simpson. Or maybe I got a picture of her here. Yeah, here she is, right here. Look at that.
Wow. The way she's puffed out there, she must have that $20,000 around her waist in a $1 bill.
She's a little fat in this picture, Andy, but the photographer took what's called a double exposure, you see. But I tell you, Andy, for $20,000, you can forget a little blubber, you know.
Oh, Kingfish, I couldn't even get my arms around her waist.
Yes, you can if you time it right. Just watch your breathing and catch on the inhale, that's all.
She got $20,000, huh? Yeah. Where'd she make all that money at? Raffling?
No.
Well, she's a mighty big woman.
And look here, you just judging by the surface. Underneath that fat, she's probably very skinny.
Yeah, that's right, you know, and that $20,000 would put me on easy street.
Well, now, look here, you don't get the whole 20 now. Wait a minute. You see, there's a marriage broker fee of 50%. You got to split that money with me, you see.
50%? Ain't that a lot?
No. Well, don't forget, I'm gonna help you now. Split the expenses of the courtship with her.
Oh.
The cost of the engagement ring and all that stuff.
Yeah, but how come you taking 50%?
Oh, that's the fee set by the government, and on all marriages where the broker arranges the marriage before the groom ever sees the bride.
Yeah.
Oh, that's in the Constitution. That's what they call the pig in the poker.
Well, okay, it's a deal. I'll give you 50%. You think this thing is going to work out good for me, Kingfish?
Oh, Andy, with all that dough, you'll be going around saying,
I is in the money,
and it's gonna be a great day. When you're down and out, lift up your hands and shout, it's gonna be a great day.
Hallelujah, brother, angels in the sky, promise that by and by, there's gonna be a great day. Hallelujah.
Baby, I will warn you, some early morn, you will hear me phone.
It's not far away. Hold up your hand and say, there's gonna be a great day.
Hallelujah.
When skies were dark and Noah's ark.
Amen.
When lions roared in Daniel's blood.
Amen. Lord, help those who pray, and on Judgment Day.
If you believe He will receive you.
Amen. Baby, I will walk you.
Some early morn, you will hear His voice.
It's not far away. Hold up your hands and say, there's gonna be a great day, great day. Great days are coming.
Gather round your congregation. Get yourself right to that station.
There's gonna be a great day.
This is your old friend, John Lake, and I must say it's mighty nice to be back talking to you again. Especially about wonderful new Rinso with Solium. You know, every time I saw a Rinso wash last summer, with all those white clothes whiter than new and gay washable colors even brighter than new, I said to myself, John, you're not going to be really happy until you're back on the air telling people about new Rinso. Now, only new Rinso can do this amazing thing. White clothes actually come whiter than new, and washable colors brighter. I think that's really something. Matter of fact, today's Rinso is so different from ordinary soaps, you can even dry clothes indoors on a rainy day, and they'll turn out swell. Rinso with Solium puts sunshine in your wash. Now, this sounds marvelous. But if you've ever tried new Rinso, you know it's absolutely true. Wonderful, safe, soapy, rich new Rinso with Solium. More women use Rinso than any other wash day soap in the world.
Well, hello there, Andy. What you doing standing outside of Shorty's barbershop?
Hello, Amos. I'm waiting for the Kingfish. Did you hear the big news about me?
About you? No, I ain't, Andy. What's happened to you?
I'm going to get nuptialated.
You gonna get what? That got me a little there. What you gonna get?
Well, to an ignorant fellow like you, that means I'm going to get married. In other words, Amos, I'm going to enter into holy deadlock.
So why is this happening all of a sudden?
Listen, Amos, in 10 years, there are going to be 5 babies born to every short mother.
I don't exactly understand what you're talking about, Andy. Who is you marrying?
Well, she just got to town from Georgia in a poke. She's a pig. Well, I got my constitutional rights, all right.
Yeah, I don't understand this, Andy.
Well, don't worry, Amos. I was getting $20,000 worth of blubber.
Yeah?
Here comes the Kingfish now. I'll see you later.
Yeah, well, drop over to the house sometime after you have your head examined. So long.
Yeah, I'll do that. So long. Hi, Kingfish.
Well, hello there, and say, listen, you didn't tell Amos too much, did you?
Oh, he's so ignorant he don't know what I'm talking about no way.
Well, come on, let's get on in the barbershop here and see Shorty.
Hi, Shorty.
Oh, there's my pal. How is you?
Well, I'll be doggone. Look who, what's cooking? You, I'm hired, fellas.
Shorty, tell me this. Did you have a nice summer?
Oh, yeah, great time, fellas. I spent my vacation last summer on a farm. And just so I wouldn't lose my touch as a barber, I kept in practice by shaving the goats around the place.
Shaving the goats?
Yeah, I'd lather up the goats, strap my razor, and shave them as clean as a whistle. I must have shaved 3 dozen goats.
Yeah, well, did all the practice help you out now that you're back in the barber shop?
I don't know. I ain't had a goat to come in yet.
Wait a minute now. Look here, Shorty. Look here. We're going to let you in on a secret.
Yeah. I'm going to marry a rich woman with $20,000.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah, and I want you to give Andy a good haircut and a shave here. He's going over and meet her for the first time.
Oh, so I'll fix him up. And by the way, Andy, you don't want to let her think that you's after her money. Tell her that you's a rich man, too.
Hey, Andy, that's a good idea. We'll put on the dog with her. Tell her you was a Texas millionaire.
You know something, fellas? I was caught in a gal once, and I didn't know how to make an impression on her. A friend of mine told me to court her with music.
Music, huh? Well, what'd you do?
Well, I done just like them romantic troubadours of old. I got me a guitar, and I serenaded her onto her balcony. I stood out there in the moonlight, and with my beautiful voice, I sang, "Oh, so love me."
Hey, that's great, Shorty. What did the gal say?
Oh, she said, Shorty, that's the most beautiful music. You got the sweetest voice I could listen to you singing prayer. You got to stop the music.
Well, Andy, here is Lula May's apartment. Now, remember, you was a wealthy retired oil man from Texas, and you ain't interested in money.
Yeah, well, I'll put on the dog, all right.
Okay, I'll knock on the door here.
You know, Kingfish, I'd feel better about this whole thing if that Lula May wasn't so fat.
Well, Andy, Lula May's size might be in your favor. Remember, the bigger it is, boy, the harder it falls, and besides...
Hey, Kingfish, hey, the building is shaking. Must be an earthquake.
Wait a minute, that's Lula May coming to the door. Wait a minute.
Why, Mr. Stevens, do come in.
Why, thank you, Mrs. Simpson. Thank you. Come on in, Andy.
If you think there's room enough in there with the three of us.
Mrs. Simpson, may I present you with Longhorn Brown? He is the retired multimillionaire from Texas. He's the fella in the society columns refers to as Filthy Rich Brown.
Well, this is indeed a pleasure, Mr. Brown. I've never met a genuine Texan before.
Likewise.
You know, Mr. Brown, I just got here from Georgia. And New York is so huge it makes me feel positively tiny.
Yeah, that's quite a trick, all right.
Now, Mr. Stevens told me on the phone this morning that on your property down in Texas you had a lot of cattle and oil.
Oh, yeah. There was so much oil on the place the cattle had to wear skid chains.
You can make a lot of money in the oil and cattle business.
Oh, yeah. Not only the oil and cattle business, but he's got millions of other things, too. Now, let's see. You made a lot of money in lumber, too, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, I sure did. They discovered trees on my property.
Yeah.
That Texas is really some state, all right.
Oh, you Texans always stand up for Texas.
Yeah, well, if you was in the saddle 12 hours a day, you'd be glad to stand up for anything.
By the way, Longhorn, what was that generous thing you done the other day to show that you don't care nothing about money?
Oh, you mean last Thursday when I give away the Grand Canyon?
Yeah, that's the one I meant. Like I told you, Miss Simpson, Miss Brown is in New York for the social season. You know, parties, theaters, going to the opera and symphonies.
Oh, then you're interested in music?
Oh, yes. Mr. Brown is always slopping up that culture stuff, yeah.
Yeah, well, tell me, what is your taste in symphonies?
I don't know. I ain't never tasted none.
Well, I forgot to tell you, Mr. Brown, your travel agent called this morning and wanted to know if you was going to Europe on the Queen Mary or the Queen Elizabeth.
Oh, yeah, well, did you take care of it?
Yeah, I told him to buy both of you. You'd make up your mind when you got down to the pier.
Oh, you planning a trip to Europe?
Oh, yeah, he visits the Riviera every year. You see, Mr. Brown here's got a chateau over there.
Yeah, next year I'm going to build a house on it, too.
You're one of the most charming men I ever met. I do hope I'll see you again.
Oh, yeah. Well, you will, Miss Simpson. After all, I don't think Miss Brown will hold it against you just because you only got $20,000.
Oh, no. I has always wanted to get to know the poor peoples better.
Well, we must be leaving. Goodbye, Miss Simpson. Millionaire Brown here has got to get back to his office at the stock market. By the way, Brown, how's the ticker today?
Well, I was a little worried at first, but the doctor found out it was just gas. So long, Miss Simpson, so long.
Wait a minute. Miss Brown, there was something you wanted to ask Mrs. Simpson.
There was?
Yeah, remember you were telling me how delightful it would be if you and her had supper together this evening?
Oh, that would be lovely, Mr. Brown.
Yeah, well, don't cook nothing special. I'll just pick potluck.
Well, good morning. Come in, Brother Ender.
Hi, Kingfish.
Well, I ain't seen you for about 5 days, lover boy. We has got that rich widow in the bag, ain't we, son?
Wait a minute, Kingfish. Wait a minute. I ain't told you what done happened last night.
Holy mackerel. Now, wait a minute. I don't like the looks on your face there, Ender. Don't tell me that you done put the skids on all that money we're getting.
Well, you know, Kingfish, I've been courting Lula May in the daytime and kissing all my other gals goodbye at night.
Yeah, natural. Just like any other honest man would do. Go ahead.
But, you know, last night I took a cute little gal to the movies.
Yeah?
I wanted to get in some last-minute smooching before I married Lula May in the dry spell that's in. Anyway, we were sitting there smooching, and when the lights went on, somebody started beating me over the head with an umbrella. I looked around, and it was Lula May sitting right behind me. I ain't seen her since.
And why did you do a thing like that? I have done pawned my furniture to raise $250, bought you that diamond engagement ring for you to give her, or we is in a mess. We got to get a hold of Stonewall, the lawyer, right away. We'll get...
You know, I traveled around some last summer, and everywhere I went, I made it a point to ask housewives how they like new Rinso with Solium. Well, every time I so much as mentioned Rinso, I was overwhelmed with enthusiasm. You'd think the women were selling Rinso, not I. Rinso with Solium, they said, actually gets white clothes whiter than new, and washable colors brighter than new. Even on rainy days, even when your wash must be dried indoors, you get a brighter wash. New Rinso gives your wash a brilliance you've never known before. Now, it's because today's Rinso contains Solium, the scientific sunlight ingredient. And only Rinso has it. New Rinso is so safe for clothes, so kind to your hands. I think you'd better find out for yourself about wonderful new Rinso. I think you'd better see for yourself right away how Rinso with Solium puts sunshine in your wash. Do that, won't you?
Well, Stonewall the lawyer, come in.
Yeah, I'm sorry I was late, boys. I've been in court today defending a woman client.
Yeah, what happened?
Well, some woman called me up and asked me if I would defend her in court, you know, give her some tips on how to beat the case.
Uh-huh, yeah, go ahead, Smith.
I told her I couldn't get there till the last minute, but I'd give her some advice on the phone and told her how to act going up to the witness stand. Mm-hmm. I told her roll eyes at the jury and smile and wink at the judge and wear a form-fitting satin dress with the sheer nylon holes.
Yeah, how'd she come out?
She lost the case. I didn't know she was 93 years old.
Well, now, wait a minute, Stonewall. Look here. We has got a problem, too, you know. You see, I'm going to tell you a secret here now, and we need some advice on it. You see, Andy is engaged to a wealthy widow, and last night, she caught him smooching in a moving picture show with another gal. She was sitting right behind him, Andy's sitting there with another gal right up in front of her, smooching there, and now she won't even talk to him.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, she's worth $20,000.
Won't talk to you, huh?
Not a word.
Yeah, well, why don't you play on her sympathy? You know, let me tell you, I saw a moving picture once where a fella had a fight with his gal, and he went off and joined the French Foreign Legion. And when his gal heard about it, she was so broken-hearted, she forgive him for everything.
Hey, Andy, that is it. we'll get Lula May to think that you was in the French Foreign Legion. I got an old Lord's uniform at home. We'll fix it up a little, and then when you walked in with it on you, you throws around a little French, you know, you say, Vive la France and Sailor Gear and all that stuff. You know that?
Yeah, that's good. You'll get Lula May over at the lodge hall, Kingfish, and I'll come in all dressed up like a French soldier.
Well, Stonewall, you is really a pal. Don't forget to send us a bill for this.
I wish all my clients was like you, yeah. You know, I had one client I worked like a dog to get him off on a murder charge. I give him the advantage of all of my legal experience. He was so ungrateful he didn't even pay the bill I sent him.
You mean defended him in a murder charge? Well, you know, maybe he didn't, the bill didn't even reach him.
Oh, he's got it all right. I even got proof he was carrying the bill in his pocket.
Well, how could you tell?
This morning it come back from Sing Sing all scorched round the edges.
Oh, yeah. Now, Lula May, just calm down. Will you please just calm down? I asked you to come over to my office here to tell you that Andy is broken-hearted, and he has done joined up with the French Foreign Legion. He's even wearing the uniform.
The French Foreign Legion? Why, I can hardly believe it.
Yeah. That sounds like the French Foreign Legion knock now. Wait a minute. Come in.
Why, Andy.
Excuse me, folks. Did you see any Arabs go through here?
Uniform. You really joined the French Foreign Legion?
Yes, I. Vivian LaFrance, of Sailors in Gear.
Yeah.
Are you really going overseas?
Yes, sir. I'm going over with the first shipment of Legionites. And I have joined the most dangerous branch of the French Foreign Legion, the branch that carries the guns.
Oh, Andy, it sounds like I'll never see you again.
Yeah, that's right, Lula May. Nobody that ever joins the Legion ever comes back.
Yeah, the fact is, they are so sure that you getting knocked off that they send you into battle with a coffin strapped right on your back. That's what they do.
Oh, you mean there's no hope of me ever seeing you again?
I don't think so.
You see, Lula May, the Foreign Legion is the toughest outfit in the world. If you live long enough to get a discharge, they shoot you as a coward. That's
That's right. The only way to save your own life is to commit suicide.
Oh, yeah. Oh, this is very sad, Lula May, and all this happened just because you broke his heart.
Well, I'd like to hear an explanation of why he was out with another girl.
Yeah, I'd like to hear that myself.
Now, wait a minute, Lula May, we can explain that. You see, that other gal that you seen him with in the moving picture show, that was Andy's sister.
Yeah, that's right. Come to think of it, that was my sister, all right.
Your sister? Well, why are you taking her to the movie?
Well, now, you see, Andy's brother-in-law was out of town, and Andy was sort of taking his place and doing what he would do.
Yes, but why were you kissing her?
Well, you see, Andy can't help it if his brother-in-law is a little affectionate, you know. He can't help that.
Well, but Andy, if this is true, why didn't you explain it last night?
Well, it's pretty hard to talk when somebody's beating you over the head with an umbrella.
Well, Andy, dear, I've decided to forgive you.
Oh, this is great. Look here, honey. I done bought you your engagement ring. Here you is.
Oh, Andy, this is wonderful.
Oh, that's a real diamond there.
Yes, sir.
Yes, you know, Andy, little old me is just crazy about little old you.
And little old me is just crazy about big fat you.
Well, folks, everything is all set for the wedding.
Yeah, stop by the telegraph office and wire the Foreign Legion not to count on me this time.
Don't worry, my love birds. I'll send a straight telegram direct to General de Gallstone. Well, Andy, it took us just about a week to put over this whole thing. Tomorrow you marry the rich widow. And just to think, we get 20,000 smackers.
Yeah, but this courtship has done cost me money, you know it?
Yeah, well, don't forget, I put up $250 of it, and I want my half of that $20,000, in fact.
Yeah.
Well, Sapphire, when did you get back in town?
Hello, George, dear. Hello, Andy.
Hi.
I got in about 2 hours ago.
Well, Sapphire, I got a big surprise for you. Some wonderful news. Your friend Lula May is getting married tomorrow.
Why, George, that's wonderful. Oh, I must go call her up.
Oh, and before I tell you about the groom, I just want to say that it was a lucky thing that society column told about her inheriting $20,000 from her first husband.
Oh, I'm so glad. I told her to put that in the paper so she could hook a rich husband. She ain't got a nickel.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sunday night is a new night for us on the radio. If you have an opportunity, we would appreciate you telling your friends of this new time each Sunday night for the Amos and Andy Show on the Columbia Broadcasting System.
And we'd appreciate one more thing, folks, and that's when you're going to your grocery store.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we would greatly appreciate you buying Rinso, the new Rinso with Solium. You will be surprised and delighted at the new Rinso. Thank you, and good night, folks.
See you next Sunday.
Next Sunday at the same time when Lever Brothers Company, the makers of New Rinso with Solium, will again present the Amos and Andy Show. Until then, good night to all of you from all of us.
Amazing? Yes, but doctors have proved it. Lifebuoy Health Soap in your daily bath gets skin cleaner. Stops BO as no other leading soap can. Get Lifebuoy right away.
Be sure to listen to the Amos and Andy Show at the same time next Sunday. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
Lever Brothers Company, makers of Swan, the soap that gives you a wonderful new kind of suds, presents
Our Friend Swan
with My Friend Irma.
Starring Mary Wilson as Irma and Kathy Lewis as Jane.
Friendship, friendship, just a perfect friendship. When other friendships have been forgot, theirs will still be hot. My friend Irma.
You know, when I went to school, I studied French, Spanish, and Latin. I always thought Latin was the most difficult thing to understand. Then I met my friend Irma. Now, don't get me wrong, because me, Jane Stacy, I love that girl. It's only that she... Well, for instance, the other night I was reading the evening paper and I said, Irma, honey, imagine a man 84 years old just became a father for the first time. And
84?
Irma said...
84 years? Gee, what a long honeymoon.
I'll take Latin every time. Right now, Irma's staring at the calendar. Her watch has stopped, so she's probably trying to figure out what time it is. Irma, what's on your mind?
Oh, Jane, honey, I just checked the calendar, and do you know today is 1 year since we started rooming together?
A year already? Gee, I can't believe it. Let's see. Oh, of course, the 1st of December. We'd both agreed to share this room. Mrs. O'Reilly said the rent would be $25 for the two of us, and you asked her to please make it $30 because you didn't know what half of 25 was.
Well, in those days I was much younger, didn't know as much as I do today.
Yeah, honey. Yeah, you've come a long way.
Oh, thank you. But, Jane, we just can't ignore an anniversary. We should have some kind of a celebration. I know, I'll buy you a present.
Oh, no, honey, it's not necessary. I appreciate the thought, but you don't. I'll get it. Hello?
Hello, Jane.
Oh, Richard.
Jane, would you mind doing me a favor? I'm away from the office, and I'm going to need some petty cash for this evening, so I've asked Peggy, you know, from the accounting department,
Yeah?
to drop $100 off at your apartment on her way home. Is that all right?
Oh, sure. I'll be glad to keep it for you.
Oh, thank you very much. Now, I'll be by to pick up the $100 later. Bye.
Bye, Richard.
Anything wrong, Jane?
No, dear, it was Richard. He's coming by later. Let's see now. What were we talking about?
Our anniversary. Gee, Jane, remember the fun we had when we first moved in together?
I'll never forget it, Irma. We couldn't decide who would sleep in the bed by the window, so you tossed a nickel. It flew out of the window, was picked up by a fellow who was walking past. He brought it up to find out how big a reward we'd give.
Yes, wasn't that a romantic way to meet my boyfriend, Al?
Well, to me, it just goes to prove that if you don't hold on to your money, you can get into all kinds of trouble. Come in.
Hello, Jane. Hiya, chicken.
Hello, Al, honey. We were just talking about you.
Ain't got no time for no chit-chat. Working on the hottest deal of my life.
Oh, Al, not another deal. What happened to that wonderful process you had for removing the name from hotel towels?
It didn't work. Removed too much of the towel. In fact, was left with nothing but the name. But can't miss with my new deal.
Well, what is it, Al?
Have an invisible ink for printing the answers in school books. Can only be read with special glasses.
But, Al, won't the teachers find out?
The glasses will only be made in junior sizes.
Oh, Al, you're wonderful. Gee, Jane, is it any wonder Al's my everything?
Don't worry, you won't always be that poor.
Oh, please, Jane, don't insult Al on our anniversary.
Anniversary? Chicken, is there something about us I should know?
Oh, not me and you, Al. It's Jane and I. We've been rooming together 1 year today.
Well, this calls for a celebration. Why don't you girls make me a dinner?
No, we want this day to be different. You eat out.
Oh, but Jane, Al is right. We should celebrate. I know. I'll bake a cake.
Irma, please, no. Not that you're a bad cook, but when most people bake a cake, no one can jump up and down or the cake will fall. When you bake a cake, we all have to jump up and down to get it loose from the stove.
Well, I have a new recipe, and I'm going down to the grocer's and get some flour. I'd like to make an upside-down cake, but I don't know how to spell happy anniversary backwards.
Well, just spell it the way you always do. You can't miss.
Oh, all right, I won't say goodbye because I'll be right back. I'll just say auf Wiedersehen. That's German for Gesundheit.
Great kid, ain't she, Jane?
Oh, I think so. Of course, so many people wonder how I can keep living with a girl who thinks President Hoover invented the vacuum cleaner. And that DDT is a doctor of dentistry and teeth. And that Seabiscuit was fish bait. But then again, I've never in my life met anyone with a bigger heart, with a greater warmth and an honesty of character than Irma has.
I agree with you 100%. Why do you think I want to make her my wife?
That's because she's got a job. Come in.
It's only me, Professor Kropotkin. Hello, Jenny and Al.
Hello, Professor. Come on in.
Thank you.
Hi, Professor.
Jane, I hope you don't mind my stopping by for a minute. You see, the steam in my room is terrible.
Steam? I didn't know you had steam in your room.
Well, I haven't had it very long, but Mrs. O'Reilly just came up for the rent, and she found I couldn't pay her, so she started blowing off. And I refused to stay in the steam room.
Oh, Professor.
Now, listen, Janie, in the steam room you get a massage, and Mrs. O'Reilly rubs me the wrong way. Where is my darling little Irma?
Well, she went out to some flour.
That reminds me, if Irma's going to make a cake, I'm going to go to the drugstore and get something to go with it.
Ice cream?
No, bicarbonate. I'll see you later.
That Jane's a great little kidder, huh? By the way, Professor, the girls are celebrating an anniversary. It was just a year ago today when they moved in here.
And what a ray of sunshine those girls have been. When they first moved in, I was sick in bed. And then Irma came up. She rubbed my head, held my hand, and sang little songs to me. You know, to this day, I can't enjoy music unless it's off key.
Oh, hello, Chicken. Back already?
Oh, Al, look what I found on the street.
A lady's handbag. Chicken, anybody see you pick it up?
Al, I don't like the way you said that. I told you I found it. I wouldn't think of keeping it. That would be dishonest.
Chicken, you're in the clear. It's only dishonest when you find something before it's lost.
Oh, Al. We must find out who lost it so we can return it.
A good idea. Let's open up the handbag and find out who is the owner.
Okay, empty the stuff there on the table, Chicken.
All right, Al.
My, look at all the stuff a woman carries in her handbag. You know, it's the first 5 and 10 cent store I've ever seen with leather walls.
Oh, Al, this lady's handbag belongs to a man.
What?
Well, his name is right here on the watch, Ben Russ, probably short for Benjamin Russell.
No, Chicken, let's keep looking.
Mama, look what she's got here. Hair nets, hairpins, hair dye, hair ribbons, hair shampoo.
Well, we know one thing. She can't be a bald-headed woman.
Now, let's see. Cigarette case, lipstick. Uh-oh, this dame's a dangerous woman.
Why, Al?
She's got a driver's license. And here's her name, Mrs. R.L. McLean.
Gee, Al, look at all the money in this wallet.
Yeah, and here's her address, Ardmore Towers, West End Avenue. Classy neighborhood. Probably wouldn't even miss the dough.
Al, I'm surprised at you. Would you think of keeping this money?
Only for a charitable purpose. Chicken, did you ever hear of Robin Hood, the guy who took from the rich and gave to the poor?
Yes.
You think Robin Hood was a bad guy?
No.
You know anybody richer than Mrs. McLean?
No.
You know anybody poorer than me?
No.
What do I have to do? Learn how to shoot a bow and arrow?
No, Al, we must return it. Honesty is the best policy. Don't you agree, Professor?
Well, I can only talk from experience. Once I knew a poor street cleaner who found a wallet with $50,000. He took it home, and for 3 nights he couldn't sleep. His conscience was keeping him awake. Finally, he couldn't stand it any longer, so he took the wallet back to the rich man, who gave him a reward, and he went home and slept like a baby.
What'd he give him?
Sleeping pills.
Is that the moral of the story?
No. Then he overslept and lost his job.
You see, Irma?
It doesn't make any difference, Al. We must return the money.
Glad you came through, Chicken. Was only testing your character. Wouldn't touch the money myself. However, if this Mrs. McLean is so rich, I'm quite sure there'll be a reward involved. So we have to handle it on a businesslike basis. We got to make her think we're rich, too. Then she'll be ashamed to offer us a small reward.
Sounds plausible.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Al?
Well, her number's on the card. I'm calling her. Oh, hello, Mrs. McLean, please. Here, Chicken, you talk to her. When I put on a high-class voice, they get wise too quick.
But, Al, I don't know what to say.
Well, say something ritzy. You were out walking your Pomeranian because your butler was in the bath. You happened to glance in the gutter, and there was her purse. You got it?
Got it. Hello? Mrs. McLean? Well, my Pomeranian went for a walk because I happened to glance in the gutter when my butler was taking a bath in your purse.
Hold it, Chicken. Yeah, let me talk to her. Mrs. McLean, did you lose your handbag? Oh, you did? Well, will you please describe the reward? I mean, the handbag. Yeah. Uh-huh, that's it. Yeah, my fiance found the handbag, and we're prepared to surrender it. Yeah, it's sitting right here. Why don't you come down and bail it out? Oh, you're busy, but you'll send your secretary. With the reward. Good. Yeah, we're at 8224 West 73rd Street. Oh, it's only a block away. Fine. Yeah, we'll be waiting for your secretary. Goodbye. Wonder how big a reward a dame like that'll come through with. Chicken, when she comes, I'll handle it.
Hello?
Irma, this is Jane.
Oh, hello, Jane. Where are you?
Well, I decided to pick up my cleaning, honey. Listen, has anyone dropped by from Richard's office?
No, why? Anything I can do?
No, I better come home and handle it myself. Goodbye, honey.
Goodbye. Gee, I forgot to tell her about the reward we're going to get.
You don't have to. She's got a rich boyfriend.
Oh, Al, I feel so good that we're doing the right thing. You see, Al, I want to be honest, and I want you to be honest, too. Then, when we get married and have children, they'll be honest.
Fine thing to look forward to, a family of street cleaners.
Speaking of street cleaners, I think I'll go up to that 5th floor gutter I live in. Goodbye.
Pardon me, where does Jane Stacy live?
Why, lady? Is something wrong?
Oh, no, not at all. I'm from Mr. Rhinelander's office. I'm supposed to deliver an envelope here to him.
Oh, I see. The apartment is 3B.
Thank you.
Come in.
Hello,
I know. You're the secretary with the money.
That's right.
Uh-huh.
I guess you know all about this envelope with $100.
$100?
It's not the amount, Chicken. It's the thought behind it. We'll take it, thank you, miss, and here's the handbag.
Handbag? Oh, nothing was said about a handbag.
Just take it. Your employer knows all about it.
Well, if you say so, I'll take it back to the office with me. Goodbye.
How do you like that? Can't trust help. This dame McLean sends her secretary, gives us the $100, and she don't even want to take the handbag back to her.
Oh, Al, $100 of my own. Do you know what I'm going to do with this?
What?
I'm going to put it away for a little nest egg for us.
Ain't interested in birds. Let's hatch it now, chicken.
And now Susie Swan sings to us. Listen.
My advice, says Susie, you like this brand new kind of lather, so be choosy. Swan gives you beauty lather rich as cream. Your skin stays soft as any dream, and fresh as dew. I Swan, do you? Says Susie.
Yes, Susie Swan, and what a bath you get with Swan's wonderful new kind of beauty lather. Why, it makes every bath a real pleasure. Sure, it's a pleasure the way Swan's new kind of beauty lather feels against your skin. So soft, so gentle, soft as a cloud. And it's a pleasure, too, the way white floating Swan cleanses your skin. Gently, yet so thoroughly you step from the tub with your skin fairly glowing with cleanliness. And you love the way Swan's new kind of beauty lather rinses away. So completely your skin doesn't feel all over-soaped. Instead, it's left radiantly fresh. And ladies, no other soap gives you this wonderful new kind of beauty lather, because no other soap has Swan's exclusive super creamed blend. So make your baths a real pleasure with Swan's wonderful new kind of beauty lather.
Funny thing, but when you're in a hurry to get home, the distance always seems twice as long. Maybe I'm being a little overcautious, but I'd like to be home just so Richard's $100 won't fall in the hands of Irma and Al by mistake. Gee, $100. Wonder what Richard's going to use it for. Take me out? Gee, as I walk along, I get a warm glow just thinking about him. What a wonderful guy. Too bad he has such a limited vocabulary. Seems he just can't say, Jane, will you be mine? But leap year's coming, and so help me, I'm going to have a speech ready for January the 1st. I think I'll rehearse it right now. Let's see, I'll say, good evening, honey. And then I'll say, sweetheart, will you marry me?
Sorry, lady, I already got 5 kids. Try the other side of the street.
I'm sorry. Well, after that, I stopped talking out loud and hurried home. I opened the door and called Irma. Irma! Oh, they're gone. Well, I guess I'll just wait around until Richard's secretary arrives with $100.
Well, here's the bank, Al. I think I'll deposit my $100 reward.
Chicken, I'm a little disappointed in you. I didn't think you'd be so cruel.
Cruel?
Yeah, you know what they say. Your best friend is the dollar. Well, is it right to take all those nice friends and lock them up like criminals?
Gee, Al, I never thought of it that way. Well, what do you think I ought to do with the money?
Well, Chicken, if you really want to look at it honestly, that $100 isn't yours to keep. It's yours to enjoy. Its purpose is to reward you. To make you happy. Now, does going out with me and having a good time make you happy?
Yes.
Yeah. And you figured it all out by yourself.
Oh, yes, Al. You know, when we think together, we're a great team.
Yeah. Sort of a Svengali and Trilby.
Huh?
What I mean, Chicken, is I lead the way and you back me up. You understand?
Oh, sure. You're the engine and I'm the caboose.
Choo-choo, Chicken. Get out that $100 and let's go.
Come in.
Hello, Jane.
Oh, hello, Richard. You're a little early. Your $100 hasn't arrived yet.
Well, that's funny. I called the office and they said Peggy left with the money over an hour ago.
Oh, well, it could have been delivered while I was out, but I don't see it anyplace, and I know that Irma wouldn't take anything that wasn't hers.
Well, Jane, maybe I'd better go back to the office and check up.
Richard? Why are you staring like that? What are you thinking?
Oh, nothing.
Don't lie, Richard. You're thinking exactly the same thing I'm thinking. Where do Irma and Al fit into this thing?
Oh, now, please, Jane, I'm not making any accusations. It's just that, well, while I'm generally nervous when they're around, but Well, when they're not, I get panicky.
Oh, Richard, do you think Irma would take money that doesn't belong to her and spend it?
Oh, of course not. But...
Why, come in.
How do you do? I'm Mrs. McLean's secretary.
Yes?
I've come for the handbag.
I beg your pardon?
The handbag. My employer described it over the phone for you.
She did?
Of course. Now, may I have it?
This may come as a shock, but I don't know what you're talking about.
My dear young lady, I'm here to claim the pocketbook you found and give you the reward. Now, where is it?
Richard, would you please tell her
that you don't have to tell me anything. I know what's happened. You had a change of heart. After looking at the contents of the bag, you decided to keep it. Well, it won't work, lady, and that goes for your accomplice, too.
I beg your pardon.
And I'm going to sit right here until I get that handbag.
Well, there she sits. One eye on me and one eye on Richard. I don't know how to describe the expression on her face, but she could very easily be Peter Lorre with a wig. What this is all about is just beyond me, and to top it off, I'm beginning to feel guilty. Richard is shifting from one foot to the other and looking at me as though I'm a criminal. I'm trying to look back at him as if I'm not. Oh, Irma, wherever you are, won't you and Al please come back? We're trapped by Sitting Bull. Please come in.
Oh, hello, Peggy.
Oh, hello, Mr. Rhinelander. I've been trying to get in touch with you.
Why?
Well, I don't mean to be impudent, but does this handbag belong to you?
I should say it doesn't. That's the handbag my employer sent me for. So you didn't know anything about it, huh?
Now, just a minute, madam.
Pardon me. Am I intruding?
Oh, Professor Kropotkin.
Oh, a professor, huh? You people have a better setup here than Murder Incorporated.
Please, Professor, can't you help us clarify this thing? You see, this woman accuses us of stealing somebody's handbag, and Richard's $100 are missing, and Professor, I don't like the expression on your face. I feel a little sick.
Janie, wait until you hear what I have to say. You'll have a relapse. Here, lady, take your handbag.
Now you're being sensible. Goodbye.
Professor, if you know anything, please tell us.
So, Janie, it's simple. 1, Irma found the handbag. 2, somebody brought her $100. 3, she thought it was a reward. 4, she's out spending it without.
Mr. Rhinelander, I'm awfully sorry.
No, it wasn't your fault, Peggy. You go on back to the office. I'll see you later.
All right. Goodbye.
Oh, really? How could Irma make such a mistake?
Janie, please, don't be so shocked. It's not such an impossible mistake, considering the fact that Irma has always believed the Flatiron Building is a place to take her laundry.
Yeah, but, Professor, it's Richard's money.
No, that's all right, Jane. It's just one of those things.
No, Richard. The money was delivered here, and it's my responsibility. And besides, when Irma finds out what she's done, it'll just break her heart. Richard, we've just got to stop them before they spend it all.
Well, where do we look for them?
Simple. Where would any normal person go?
I don't know.
Well, all we got to do is to find out where any normal person will go, and we'll go in the opposite direction.
Gee, let me think a minute. Let's see. There's the Opera, the Art Museum, Carnegie Hall, and, of course, Coney Island. Come on, let's go.
Oh, Al, that was fun. I just love the merry-go-round. Let's go around again.
All right, chicken. The night is still young.
Sure, Al. We haven't even started to spend my $100 yet.
Well, Richard, Coney Island's an awful big place. Where do we start?
Well, your guess is as good as mine.
Yeah. Well, let's ask that man by the scales. Pardon me, mister.
Oh, sorry. We don't guess ladies' weights anymore. Them long skirts is throwing us.
Oh. Well, I don't want my weight guess. I want to know if you've seen a blonde girl with a fellow with shifty eyes.
Yeah, come to think of it, I saw him get on a merry-go-round.
You did?
Yeah, I remember because most people look dizzy when they get off. She looked that way when she got on.
Yeah, well, that's Irma, all right. Come on, Richard, we're on the trail. Richard, I think we've picked up their trail. I'll give you 2 to 1 that Irma just left the archery range.
How do you know?
4 people just walked by with arrows sticking in them. Come on, let's ask the man here, right here at the refreshment stand.
All right.
Oh,
Pardon me, sir, but did a blonde girl and a fellow in a gray suit stop here for refreshments?
Refreshments? 10 bottles of root beer, 6 mission orange, 3 7-Up, 5 hot dogs, 3 hamburgers, and 2 taffy apples.
All that?
Yep. Now, let's see. What did the girl have?
Never mind. That's them. Come on, Richard. Oh, no. Oh, look. There they are, going into the crazy house. Let's hurry.
Oh, Al, isn't it fun here in the crazy house? These tricky mirrors are a scream. Look how skinny I look. And you look so fat and sloppy.
I beg your pardon.
Oh, I'm sorry, lady. I thought it was looking glass.
Come on, chicken. Let's try the echo chamber.
Oh, it's so dark in here.
Watch this. This is Al.
Oh, gee, let me try it. Hello? This is Irma.
This is Jane.
Oh, gee, I broke it.
Chicken, I think your echo is being followed.
Irma. Oh, Irma, thank goodness I found you.
Oh, hello, Jane. Happy anniversary.
Never mind that. Before I explain everything, will you answer me one question? How much money do you have left of that $100?
102?
102? How come?
Well, Al's got such a talent for counting out change.
The other evening, I noticed Irma doing something very strange, even for Irma. And I said, pardon me for asking, but why have you put a compass on top of those cakes of swan soap? And Irma said,
Well, winter is here, Jane, and you know how birds like to fly south, and I don't want our swans to get lost.
Well, Jane, no matter what Irma says, she wouldn't be without white floating swan soap for her baths. And there's plenty of reason why a lot of women feel the same way. Now, you see, Swan gives you a brand new kind of beauty lather. Yes, a new kind of beauty lather that's soft and rich, that you smooth onto your skin like whipped cream. A new kind of lather that whisks away dirt, leaves your skin glowingly fresh and clean. And Swan's wonderful new kind of beauty lather means a wonderful new after-a-bath feeling, too. Yes, your skin is left soft and smooth, not all tight and over-soaped, because Swan rinses away so completely. So, how about trying Swan's new kind of beauty lather yourself? You'll like it for your baths.
well, everything turned out better than I expected. Richard has his $100 back, and me, I'm in bed. And although the mattress isn't moving, I'm still spinning from that trip to Coney Island.
Oh, Jane, you know, after Al and I left the merry-go-round, I went to the fortune tellers.
Oh, you had your mind read?
Yes, and then the man gave me my money back. I don't know why.
Well, Irma doesn't know why, and Al doesn't know why, but you and I know why, don't we? But we won't tell my friend Irma.
My Friend Irma, presented by Swan, another fine product of Lever Brothers Company, was produced and directed by Cy Howard. Tonight's script was written by Cy Howard and Park Levy. Folks, next Monday evening, tune in an hour earlier over most of these same stations for the Lux Radio Theater. And then stay tuned to listen to...
Our friend Swan.
With my friend Irma.
starring Mary Wilson as Irma and Kathy Lewis as Jane. Hans Conried was Professor Kropotkin. Mary Wilson can soon be seen in the Eagle Lion release, Linda Be Good. Ladies, listen. The shortage of fats and oils is still very serious, and it's worldwide. So please keep on saving every single drop of used kitchen fat. Your butcher will pay you for every pound. Frank Bingman speaking.
Spry with Cake Improver. Spry with Cake Improver.
It's news to sing about. Spry with Cake Improver gives lighter, finer, richer tasting cakes than any other type shortening. For no other type shortening has Spry's marvelous Cake Improver. So for lighter, more delicious cakes that stay fresh longer, try
Spry with Cake Improver. Spry with Cake Improver.
Tune in again to My Friend Irma next Monday evening at this same time. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
Now, medical science offers you proof positive. Yes, medical science offers you proof positive.
No other cigarette is safer to smoke because no other gives you less nicotine, less throat-irritating tars than the new, smoother, better-tasting Raleigh.
The Raleigh Cigarette Program, starring Red Skelton, with David Forrester and his orchestra, our singing star Anita Ellis, Verna Felton, Pat McGeehan, and yours truly, Rod O'Connor. It's a pleasure to bring you Metro Goldwyn Mayer's popular comedian and the star of the Raleigh Cigarette Program, Red Skelton.
Thank you very much, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are things with you tonight, Rod?
Oh, just wonderful, Red. But you're not yourself tonight. You're running around with your nose higher than the price of eggs. Did you inherit $1 million?
No, nothing trivial like that. I just rented a house.
Gee, Red, can I touch you?
Yeah, not too hard. This suit's kind of old, you know.
Well, where's it located, Red?
It's out in the suburbs. Suburbs, that's French for long bus rides. I'll tell you how you get out there. You go out to Sepulveda. There's a new district out there.
Yeah?
You go by, you get off the bus, go by 3 bad investments, and I'm the first golden opportunity on the left.
Was it one of those big Hollywood homes?
Nah, big. The living room's so small, every time I blink my eyes, my lashes streak the walls. I wasn't going to buy one of those big places that sold for $50,000, but when I went back, after giving them a deposit, they had raised the price to $75,000.
What did you do about it?
Well, I made them give me back my $2 deposit.
Well, is your house built well, Red?
Oh, you should see the wallpaper. It's the latest thing from Sears and Roebuck.
Oh, something new in wallpaper, Red.
No, something new in catalogs, Rod. There's one good thing about my house. I'll never have to worry about termites. I heard 2 of them talking as they were passing the house. One looked up and he says, "Shall we go in for lunch?" The other one says, "Not me. I got pride."
Well, does the place have hot and cold running water?
Yeah, you have to run next door for both.
So you finally found a place to live, Red?
Yes, I did, Anita.
Well, in that case, may I please have my YWCA pass back?
You proud of that, ain't you?
Well, I'm glad you found a place, Red. I was going to get you one of those little prefabricated houses.
Oh, I had one of those for a while. You know, it only takes 3 hours to put them up. Of course, you have to put them up every 3 hours. Hey, they're wonderful. They don't take up much room, you know. Some of those apartments are so small that the room folds into the wall when you're not using it.
Do you have a nice view, Red?
Well, the back window looks right out at the neighbor's clothesline.
That's no good.
Well, it depends on who's washing that day.
Well, I hope you'll be happy, Red.
Oh, I will. You know, there for a while I was living in the trunk of a tree.
Alone?
Well, I was at first, then a skunk moved in with me.
Well, what happened?
The old PA got wind of it and made him move.
Well, I bet living in a tree was rather fun.
Oh, it was rather pleasant, Rod. I had my meals served in bed, you know.
In bed?
Yeah, a friendly little squirrel used to bring me an acorn every morning. I used to make my own toast every morning.
Did you have a toaster?
No, I used to put a piece of bread... I used to put a piece of bread between 2 pages of Forever Amber and it toasted it. Oh, by the way, Rod, Mr. Raleigh said I should remind you of an important message. Well, old boy?
Yes, Red, it is important. Now, medical science offers you proof positive. Yes, medical science offers you proof positive.
No other leading cigarette is safer to smoke because no other gives you less nicotine, less throat-irritating tars than the new, smoother, better-tasting Raleigh.
Yes, exhaustive scientific tests of America's 6 biggest-selling brands, certified by 14 distinguished doctors, including eminent throat specialists, have just proved conclusively. No other leading cigarette gives you less nicotine, less throat-irritating tars. So no other is actually safer to smoke. See if you don't agree, Raleighs are right. Right for taste, right for throat. Try Raleighs. Enjoy Raleigh's rich tobacco, that milder, smoother, more satisfying Raleigh flavor. Remember, medical science now offers you proof positive.
No other cigarette is safer to smoke because no other gives you less nicotine, less throat-irritating tars than the new, smoother, better-tasting Raleigh.
Thank you, gentlemen. And now our lovely Anita Ellis sings Day by Day.
Day by day, I'm falling more in love with you. And day by day, my love seems to grow. There isn't any end to my devotion. It's deeper, dear, by far than any ocean. I find that day by day you're making all my dreams come true. So come what may, I want you to know I'm yours alone, and I'm in love to stay as we go through the years. Day by day, I'm yours alone, and I'm in love to stay as we go through the years, day by day.
Thank you very much, Anita. Tonight we open the story from the Skelton Scrapbook of Satire, and it's entitled Meeting Strangers. Our characters are fictional. If there's any similarity to persons living, don't worry, there's a game law that protects you. Chapter 85 of Meeting Strangers is entitled War Brides. This is the story of an ex-wave a debutante, and her GI husband, J. Newton Numbskull, on their way to meet her folks for the first time.
Oh, just think, Newton, you're my husband and I'm your wife.
Yeah, this is our honeymoon. Let's forget those gruesome details.
Do you remember why you asked me to marry you?
Sure, you were strangling me to death.
Well, we're almost home, Newton.
Yeah.
I hope Pater will like you.
Well, so do I. The one I'm worried about is your father.
When talking to Father, Newton, never argue with him. He's got a very bad temper.
Oh, I never argue.
Oh, yes, you do.
Oh, no, I don't.
Oh, yes, you do.
Oh, no, I don't. Oh, I never win anyhow if I do argue.
Oh, I'm so worried about Mother. I do hope she'll like you.
Well, she ought to. I don't have any vices. I got a saw and a chisel, but no vices. I don't drink, I don't gamble, and I don't stay out at night.
Well, what do you do?
I'm ashamed to tell you.
Oh, come on, tell me.
Are you sure you'll keep it a secret until you die and 6 months thereafter?
I won't tell a soul. What do you do?
I choose sins. Now you know what gives me that devil-may-care attitude.
Well, we're coming to where I live.
Oh, pretty big house you got here, isn't it? Boy.
Ah, Miss Gwendolyn, it's good to have you home again.
Thank you, Jitters. Newton, this is our butler, and this is my husband, J. Newton Numbskull.
He's a happy little blimp, ain't he?
Yes, we've all seen the papers. Your mother is waiting for you in the study.
Would you take care of the luggage?
What is it?
Here it is. It's a box of Kleenex and a gunny sack.
Walk this way, sir.
I would have had a pair of shoes like you're wearing, I guess.
Well, I suppose the Army was a great experience.
Yeah, I'll have plenty to tell my children.
What are you going to tell them?
Join the Navy. Well, you know, this is the biggest house I ever saw. It makes Texas look like a motel, don't it?
Boy, this isn't so big.
Oh, no. How come the sun's shining in the living room and it's midnight out in the kitchen, huh?
Well, here's your mother's study.
Thank you, Jitters.
Gwendolyn, my dear, is it true? Is it true? Our name is ruined.
You listen to a lot of them daytime serial programs, don't you?
Mother, this is my husband, J. Newton Numbskull.
He looks it.
You're proud of that, ain't you?
Numbskull. Are you any relation to the Numbskulls of the Gold Coast?
Yes, my father was a beachcomber there.
Are you a college man?
No, this is a suit I picked up when I got out of the Army. I'm a CPA, if that'll help.
Oh, you mean certified public accountant?
Oh, certified plumber's assistant. I'm pretty brilliant, though. In the Army, I did go to private candidate school.
Please, Newton, try to win her over,
Are you really Gwendolyn's mother? Gee, you don't look a day over 30.
Really?
Yeah, you look 20 years over that.
Sit down, Newton.
Yeah.
Young man, are you one of the 400?
One of the four? Gwendolyn, you didn't tell me you'd been married before.
No. I mean, are you part of the upper crust?
Oh, no, not exactly. I would say I was more of a soggy middle.
Nice, dear. I'm afraid we'll have to have this whole thing annulled.
Ah, shut up. Now you listen to me, sister. You're like a lot of people I know. Now that the fireworks is over, everyone was equal while it lasted. It seems to me that if two people fall in love, that's their business, regardless of their position in life. You and others like you'd better wake up to the fact that we're all just people, and we got to get along. As long as little decent kids want to be happy, and it's a small reward in return for what they've done.
Oh, but I'm sorry. I didn't think.
That's all right.
Oh, you'll love Newton,
Keep
Mother.
your mouth shut from now on.
You'll love Newton, Mother, really, once you get to know him. Now, you two kiss and make up.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, go ahead and kiss
Oh,
her.
it's too soon after lunch. Okay, I'll kiss her.
My! Where did you learn to kiss like that?
Inhaling that last drop of coffee from sea ration can.
Remember, medical science offers you proof positive. Remember, medical science offers you proof positive.
No other leading cigarette is safer to smoke because no other gives you less nicotine, less throat-irritating tars than the new, smoother, better-tasting Raleigh.
Bill Stern, famous sportscaster, says, quote, I've seen the inside figures on the leading brands, and it's true. Medical science has proved no other cigarette gives you less nicotine, less throat-irritating tars. Thus, no other is safer to smoke. I'm sure Raleigh's are right, and sure, I'd rather have a Raleigh. You're right, Bill Stern. Raleigh's are right. So, friends, next time, try Raleigh's. Enjoy Raleigh's rich tobaccos, that smoother, milder, more satisfying Raleigh flavor. Remember, medical science now offers you proof positive.
No other cigarette is safer to smoke because no other gives you less nicotine, less throat-irritating tars than the new, smoother, better-tasting Raleigh.
And now David Forrester and his orchestra plays one of George Gershwin's greatest hits, Embraceable You. Thank you very much, David. Chapter 83 of Meeting People is entitled Politeness Pays Dividends. When you're having a rich relative to come to pay a visit, you can always count on a little child in the family to fix things up for you.
I ain't going to be in trouble.
What are you doing?
I am fixing me with a little pin here, playpen. See,
But I just had it fixed so you couldn't get out.
Yeah, I was fixing it so I can get out, though.
Junior, look at you.
Yeah.
You're so dirty you look like a little pig.
Well, that's what you get for keeping me in a pin all day, you know.
What are you doing in that mud puddle?
Well, I was out there sailing me with a wooden boat, and I was playing indispensable, see.
Well, how did you get so wet?
Man overboard.
Yeah. Did you deliberately jump in here?
No.
When you're old, you'll find out that you're truth and never got a spanking.
Well, me history book is going to read a little differently, ain't it?
Are you going to be like George Washington and tell me the truth?
Yes, ma'am. I cannot tell a lie. I deliberately jump in the mud puddle.
That does it.
That proves history never repeats itself. You hit me. I wasn't doing nothing. I tried to tell the truth. I told you I was acting like a pig. I jumped in there. I'll shoot you.
I spanked you before I realized.
No, you didn't. You're teaching my lawyer.
Oh, I should be ashamed.
Yes, you should be ashamed, you got me.
After all, I'm lucky I'm not.
Yeah, you lucky you got me.
Bless his little heart.
Yeah, bless his little heart.
Now, stop.
I won't. I could have tried to rest him.
I'm sorry, Junior. But what am I going to do with you?
You seem to be doing all right without any suggestions from me today.
Junior, stop this nonsense and get in the house.
I do that dramatic stuff good, don't I?
I want you to get cleaned up.
Oh?
I've just got a telegram, and who do you think is coming to visit us?
The cops. He's going up the river again. Let me out of here. They'll never get me alive.
Now, you stop that. Policemen don't send telegrams.
Then who's coming, kiddo?
Your Uncle Jim is coming.
Oh.
He hasn't seen you since you were 3 weeks old. Oh. He's anxious to see you now.
Do you think he's strong enough to stand the shock?
Let's hope so.
Yeah.
You know, Junior, he was here when you were born.
Really?
In fact, he took the gun away from your father.
Oh. You love me, you does. Hey, Grandma, what does Uncle Jim look like, huh?
He's the one with the beard.
Oh.
His picture's hanging in the back bedroom.
You mean that picture that covers up the big rat hole?
That reminds me. I'd better move it into the living room.
He must have money, huh?
Junior, we all love Uncle Jim.
Speak for yourself, kiddo. I ain't seen his will yet, myself.
Junior,
Yes?
when your Uncle Jim arrives, don't make fun of his beard.
Oh.
I want you to admire it.
Yes, yes.
He's very proud of it.
You, I'll do more than that. Where's the scissors? I'll fix them.
No, you wouldn't touch his beard. You're kidding me.
You just keep laughing, kiddo. That's all. You've heard of Jack the Jabber? I'm Junior the Clipper.
You clip his beard and I'll clip you.
No.
Now run along and get washed.
Okay, I will run it down. Me uncle is coming. He's coming and he is going to wish he had stayed home.
And don't slam...
Don't slam what?
Don't slam the door.
That's what I thought. Well, wash me face. Now, first I'll pour some water in me little hand. Oh, I think I could stand another drop or two here.
Junior?
Yes?
What are you doing now?
Would you be mad if I told you I was wiping my face on the curtain?
I'd be so mad I'd whip you.
Well, I'm not going to tell you. I'll let you find it out for yourself. Oh, I will go to my at the door. We have got company. We have got company. welcome to Life Can Be Horrible.
You must be Junior.
Yeah, you must be disappointed. Boy, look at that beard. Look at that
Is that
beard.
your Uncle Jim, Junior?
Either him or some guy delivering a mattress. I don't know where.
Hello, Jim.
Hello, Vernon.
Good to see you. My, you're looking well.
You just say that because he got money and he might die any day.
Jim. How are you, Jim?
Oh, I'm worn out.
Yeah, you must be worn out. Some of the stuffing's coming through your chin there.
I'm so tired after that long trip, I'd like to get off my feet.
Well, here, sit down here.
Thank you,
Sit
Junior.
down there. Well, wait till I get the chair. What a stupid uncle he is.
Oh, I'm having trouble with Junior. He's getting so he won't mind at all.
Oh, it's nothing. I was the same way as a kid. Now look at me.
Well, I don't have much to look forward to, that You're going to be good from now on, boy.
Werner, you just don't handle him right. No? Do like I do with my kid. Let him do what he wants to do.
Where has you been all my life? Hey, what you got wrapped up there, Uncle Jim?
Oh, yes, look, Junior, I brought you this BB gun.
You mean me very own? I can do anything I want to?
Of course.
Now, he ought to know better than I.
Junior, you wouldn't shoot that gun in the house, would you? You wouldn't shoot that gun in the house.
You gotta be quicker with them questions, kiddo.
Your sister let him do anything he wants to.
Oh, just ignore him. He'll get over wanting to be destructive.
Yeah, but none of us going to live to see it, all.
I think I'll lie down on the divan and take a nap. I'm all tired out from that trip.
Do that. I'll take Junior into the other room.
No, I will stay here and watch Uncle Jim's beard so nothing will happen to it while he gets asleep.
Well, Junior, what could happen to my beard while I'm asleep?
I haven't decided yet.
Behave yourself now, Junior. I'm putting you on your honor.
Yeah, you're putting me on a spot. That's what you're doing.
Now, you let Uncle Jim get some rest.
Oh, sure. You go ahead and lay down. I go outside.
All right. It's peaceful here.
Anybody thinks I went out of this room is a stranger in town. You can't see me, but I is under the divan, see? That's one of the miracles of radio. Boy, look at that beard. That sure is jumping in it. Boy, I could make some quick money clipping that beard off and then selling it to birds to make nests with, you know. Up to me dirty work. Boy, what a fine hunk of beard that is. Old hair-faced Jim will soon be known as Naked-Faced Willie. Imagine him hoarding all that stuff with rugs so hard to get. Uh-oh. I see them. There's the scissors. This might shorten my life a little, you know. And then again, why am I wasting my time thinking about it? I'm going to do this anyhow. You know? Oh, boy, look at that. I better be careful. I might slice a rabbit out of here or something. Oh, boy, I love it. Chop. He still looks kind of knickered now, don't he? Chop. Chop here. Oh, cut his ear. Cut the other one. Match it up. Here, Uncle Jim, wake up, will you? Look at your beard. Look.
Oh, it looks nice on you, Junior. My beard. It was a 5 years growth.
And I trimmed it to a 5 o'clock shadow, didn't I?
What's going on in here?
You mean what's coming off in here, don't you?
Junior, you didn't cut his beard off.
That ain't Margaret O'Brien laying there, kiddo.
Now you're going to get him.
No, Verna, don't punish him, no.
But do you realize he's cut off your beard?
Yes, but you know, after looking at myself, I think I'm better off without it. I look and feel years younger.
You double-crossed me. I usually have nice memories about a thing like this. Why, I keep on like this, things not happen the way I want to, I'll be like Barbara Stanwyck running around yelling, my reputation.
We'll all be with you on every Tuesday night at the same time. Red Skelton, David Forrester and his orchestra, Anita Ellis, Verna Felton, Gigi Pearson, Pat McGeehan, and yours truly, Rod O'Connor. Until next Tuesday, then.
This is Red Skelton saying you wouldn't deliberately hurt anybody, would you? Drive careful. Goodbye now, and thanks for listening.
And remember, listen to Hildegard tomorrow night, and the People Are Funny with Art Linkletter Friday night over most of these stations. Red Skelton is heard in this program through the courtesy of Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer.
Sir Walter Raleigh. That's the tobacco that leaves your pipe as clean as a whistle. Sir Walter Raleigh is carefully blended from the finest burleys grown, rich, ripe tobaccos. And then it's mellowed with just a touch of rum to enhance the natural, full-bodied flavor. And Sir Walter Raleigh burns just right, slow, even, and cool, right down to the bottom of the bowl. Never leaves your pipe with a soggy heel, just a clean, dry ash. And you'll get compliments on Sir Walter Raleigh's pleasing aroma wherever you go. Next time, gentlemen, get Sir Walter Raleigh, the quality pipe tobacco of America.
Red Skelton is brought to you by the Brown & Williamson Tobacco Corporation.
This is NBC, the National Broadcasting Company. The Life of Riley, starring William Bendix as Riley. The Riley kitchen at this moment presents a charming picture of domesticity. The dinner table has been cleared, and Riley, the ever thoughtful, considerate, and devoted husband, is reading the evening paper to his wife while she does the dishes.
Listen to this, Peg. Police headquarters believe the recent wave of burglaries in the Blueview Terrace district is the work of teenage hoodlums. The method of the gang is to select a prosperous-looking house and post one of its members to keep a careful watch. When they are certain the occupants are out, the gang breaks in. What do you think of that, Peg?
What?
Peg, you weren't listening. It says just here.
Please don't bother me now. I got a sink full of dishes.
Well, I'm just trying to be sociable.
Well, if you want to be sociable, help me with these dishes.
Peg, you know how I hate doing dishes.
So do I, but I do them.
Well, it's a woman's job.
Who says so?
Everybody. Don't you listen to the radio? You never hear those announcers say, husbands, get rid of ugly dishpan hands. Use dressed in your sink and your wife will adore your soft and lovely skin.
Very funny.
Peg, everybody knows that washing dishes is a woman's job.
And just what is a man's job?
Well, the man brings home the pay envelope. He sees to it that the kids are brought up right.
Oh, I suppose I have nothing to do with that, huh?
Well, feed them, you buy them clothes, take them to the dentist, see that they take a bath. But I look after their character. That's the most important thing. Now, you take this gang of kids in the paper here. Who's to blame? The kids? No, the fathers. Well, hi, Junior.
Hi, Pop.
You through with your homework?
Yeah.
That's a good boy. How about a game of checkers?
No, I think I'll go to bed. It's so early. It's only 8.
Well, I'm tired, Mom. Good night.
Good night, dear.
Night, son.
Oh, that's funny.
What?
But Junior going to bed so early. He's been doing that all week.
What's funny about it? That's the way I brought my son up. See, one of those kids likes to bum around the streets. I'm always telling him, Junior, early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. That's the way I was brought up.
Yes, and look at you.
I happen to be perfectly healthy.
Oh, I think the boy's got something on his mind. He hasn't been eating well, and he's so absent-minded.
Stop worrying. The kid's okay. I know my son.
No, just the same, I don't like the way he's acting. Maybe he's sick.
No. But if it'll make you feel better, I'll have a little talk with him. Oh, Junior, boy, I want to... Oh, I didn't think you'd be asleep already. Junior, where are you? Peg, come here, quick.
Huh? Well, what's the matter?
Your son has snuck out.
Don't be silly. He's right there in bed.
No, that's just a pillow. Look, he fixed it to look like him. An old trick. He beat it out the window.
Well, I thought he was up to something.
He probably stays out till all hours of the night while you think he's sound asleep. Boy, he must think you're a dope. Hey, what's this? Peg, look.
What? A bracelet?
Yeah, it was under his pillow. What does he want with a lady's bracelet?
Well, never mind that now. I want to find out why he sneaks out every night.
Well, he couldn't have gone very far. Come on, get your coat. We'll go after him.
Oh, Riley, I'm tired. This is a wild goose chase.
No, it ain't. He must be somewhere in the neighborhood.
Now, we better go home.
No, let's try one more street, down here.
Oh, this street's deserted like all the others.
Yeah. No, it ain't. Look, there's someone. It's a kid. That's Junior.
Where?
In the middle of the block under that lamppost.
Well, come on.
Wait a minute. Let's watch what he does.
He's not doing anything. He's just standing there.
He's doing more than that. He's watching that house across the street.
What?
He's staring up at that window, the one with the light.
You're right. That's funny.
He ain't taking his eyes off that window.
Why does he look around like that?
Well, he's afraid to be seen.
And now he's going away.
No, he just ducked down behind the hedge.
Well, why'd he do that?
That car coming this way. That's a police car. You don't want him to see him.
Well, why are you going behind that tree?
Look, the cops will see us. It's forced to happen, I guess.
Oh, look. Junior's back under the street light.
Yeah, he's watching that window again.
What on earth for?
Search me. If I didn't know that was my son, I'd swear he was casing the joint. Peg, that's it.
What?
Your son is casing the joint.
What are you talking about?
He must be a member of that gang. He's one of the watchers to see when the people leave. Then they break in.
Oh, you're crazy.
That's why he's got that bracelet as part of the loot, his payoff.
Junior's not a thief, and don't you dare.
He sneaks out every night. Junior, come here.
Oh, don't yell.
Bob, is that you? That's me, all right. Come over here. Get the truth out of him.
Now, you be careful what you say.
Mom, what are you surprised, huh? You didn't think we were onto your little game.
Riley, please. But, Junior, what are you doing here?
Who else is in the gang?
What gang?
Don't pretend you're innocent. We know why you were watching that house.
You do?
So you see, he admits it. Who else is in the mob?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't try to look innocent. You were watching that house so you could give the mob the high sign to break in. My own son, a burglar.
A burglar? Me?
How could you do a thing like this, you Oliver Twist, you?
Now, don't be ridiculous, Riley. He's not a burglar.
No, well, then why was he watching that house? Ask him.
I wasn't watching it. Oh, now, Junior, we saw you. Now, what were you doing there?
Well, I can't tell you. But I'm not a thief, Mom, honest.
Well, if you say you're not, Junior, I'll believe you.
Well, I don't. He can pull the wool over your eyes because you're too innocent and trusting. You don't know how his mind works, but I do. And I know he's a thief.
How do you know?
He's my son, and my mind works the same way. I know, boy. I'm asking you for the last time, Junior. Are you going to talk?
I tell you, I don't know anything about it, gang.
Then why were you watching the house?
I can't tell you, but I'm not a crook.
Then where did you get this bracelet?
Right.
Now, please, Peg, let me handle this. Where did you get it?
I bought it.
You bought it? With what? With the IOUs I give you for your allowance? And since when do you go around wearing ladies' bracelets? Where did you get it?
I told you, I bought it. We saved up money.
You better tell me the truth. You wind up wearing a pair of bracelets.
Right, now, wait. Now, look, dear. We want to help you. That's the truth.
No, Mom. Now, please, Peg, I told you to let me handle this. Junior, I'm asking you for the last time. Are you going to talk? Okay, if you won't tell me of your own free will, I'll have to whip it out of you.
Oh, Riley, no.
Well, I'm sorry, Peg, but it's the only way.
Oh, Riley, he's 14.
Yeah, I know, but he's got to be taught a lesson.
But you've never licked him before.
Well, maybe I should have, and maybe have a little character. Come over here, Junior. In front of the couch. Now lie down across my knee. Okay.
Riley, don't, please.
Now, it's no use pleading for him, Peg. My head is made up. The boy has got to be punished. Stop squirming, Junior. Now I'm asking you for the last time. Are you going to talk? Okay, then you're going to get it. Peg, let him have it.
This was all your idea.
Well, yeah,
Well,
but...
get it over with.
No, I won't give you the satisfaction. Get up. You're going to talk. And if I can't make you, I know someone who can. Operator, get me police headquarters.
Riley, what are you doing?
I'm turning him over to the cops.
Hang up that phone. You don't know what you're doing. He's your son.
I know he's my son, but my duty as a citizen comes first, even if it means squealing to the cops.
Riley, hang up.
Police headquarters.
Hello? This is Chester Riley.
Riley.
Yes? What can we do for you, sir?
I want to, I wish to,
Yes? Yes?
wrong number. Goodbye.
Oh, for a minute I really thought you were going to do it.
Yeah, well, don't think I wasn't. It's just that, well, even if he is a thief, he's just a kid. It's not really his fault. Like I told you before, when a kid goes wrong, who's to blame? The kid? No, the mother.
So now it's my fault, huh? I'm to blame.
Well, who else? I'm away at the plant all day. I never see him. It's your job to bring the kids up, right?
Well, you've got your nerve. You mean to stand there and tell me... Riley, I'm talking to you.
Wait a minute. What's this piece of paper?
Well, give me that.
Oh, no, you don't.
Well, what is it?
Piece of notepaper. It must have fallen out of his pocket.
Well, give it to me. That's private.
Yeah, I'll bet it is. Now we're getting somewhere. This probably has something to do with the game.
Oh, please don't read it.
Yeah, now we'll find out. Let's see.
Well?
It's writing. Just a name, over and over. Henrietta Riley.
Henrietta Riley? Who's that?
That's him. That's the name he uses in the game. It's an alias. Chester Riley, alias Henrietta Riley. Wait a minute, that don't sound right. Now, let me...
Oh, for heaven's sake, so that's it. Junior, who lives in that house you were watching?
I don't know.
Now, Junior, you know and you better tell me. I don't want any more of this nonsense from you. Now, who lives there?
A girl.
And her name's Henrietta?
Henrietta Richards.
And the bracelet?
I bought it to give to her.
Well, why didn't you tell us in the first place?
Well, you know, Mom.
I understand.
Yeah, well, I don't. Watch out for him, Peggy. He's tricking you.
Riley, don't you see? Junior's in love.
Huh?
That's why he sneaks out every night. He just stands outside this girl's house and watches her window. That's why he bought the bracelet. He's in love with this Henrietta Richards.
Yes, but this paper says Henrietta Riley. They're married. And he's only 14. Better he should be a thief.
Oh, I'm not married.
Yeah, but here it is in black and white. Henrietta Riley.
Oh, he just imagines he's married. It's sort of a game.
He imagines he's married? What a gruesome game. I don't understand the kids of today. In my day, kids were different. When I fell for your mother, I didn't stand outside her house mooning night after night. I did something about it. I'm a doer. I'm interested in results. So I dated her up, proposed, got married, and, well, here you are.
Junior, you got a big crush on this Henrietta, haven't you?
Yeah, I guess so. I'd like to take her out. There's a party at school Saturday.
Well, why don't you ask her?
Well, I haven't got enough money. So what? I didn't have money to take your mother out either, but you can get it the same way I got it.
Yeah, I'll give it to you.
Just borrow it.
Now, Junior, it can't be money. There's another reason, isn't there?
Well, yeah. She's got a boyfriend, Sammy Driscoll. You gonna let a little thing like that stand in your way?
He said he'd beat me up if I butt in.
You gonna let him bully you? I'm surprised at you, Junior.
He's bigger than me.
So what? Stand up to him. The bigger they are, the harder they fall.
You think I ought to have a showdown with Sammy?
Certainly.
He's 15.
So what? Knock his block off.
Now, wait a minute. I won't have Junior fighting. Do you hear?
Hey, in this world, if you want something, you gotta fight for it. That's what I say.
It's easy for you to say, but I gotta do the fighting. He weighs 120.
Son, I wouldn't tell you to do anything I wouldn't do myself. And if that Sammy Driscoll dares to walk in here and tell me to keep away from Henrietta, I'd fight him in a minute. Hurry up, Peg. I can't wait to get home and put this steak on the barbecue.
Oh, you shouldn't have bought it. It's awful expensive.
Yeah, I know. Well, once in a while we can splurge. We haven't had a steak in a long time.
What? Riley? Look.
What? Oh, hey, a couple of kids fighting. That's nothing.
What, that's Junior.
Yeah. Hey, he's fighting that Driscoll kid. Have a boy, Junior.
Oh, Riley, stop him.
No, let him fight it out.
Oh, he'll get hurt.
Ah, not my boy. Give it to him, Junior. Use that left. The left.
Oh, Riley, he's down.
Huh? Yeah, but he's up again. That's my boy. Use that right. Hit the right. The right.
Oh, Riley, he's down again.
Yeah. So he's up again. That's my boy. Come on, Junior. Give me the old 1-2, just like I taught you. The old 1-2.
Riley, he's down. Oh, he's not getting up. Well, what's wrong?
Your boy got knocked out. Should have bet on the other kid.
Oh, Junior. Junior, darling, are you hurt?
I'm okay, Mom.
Oh, Junior, your eye. Riley, look at that eye. You and your brilliant idea. You had to go and tell him to fight.
Well, I thought...
You fought. You haven't had a sensible thought in your head in 20 years.
Is that so? Well, who thought of buying this steak? Here, son, put it on your eye. Oh, hi, Junior. How's the eye feel today?
Better.
Good. Well, did you find out?
You find out what?
Yeah, it's algebra.
What's this all about?
And she's willing?
Who's willing?
Oh, sure. She's got 10 tough problems to do.
What are you talking about, Riley?
Well, that's great, Junior.
It's like talking to a dummy.
Oh, were you talking to me, Peg?
Yeah.
That's her worst.
What's all this about problems?
Oh, Henrietta.
Well, what do you want with him?
That's her worst subject.
What's that got to do with Junior?
He's going to do him for her.
Why?
To get in good with her so she'll go with him to the party.
Oh, why go through all that? Why don't you just ask her, Junior?
She just turned him down.
How do you know?
After the beating he took, how can she respect him? No, first he's got to get in solid with her.
Oh, Junior, you take my advice.
I'm right, Mom. Well, sure I'm right.
Riley, haven't you done enough damage?
But it's a cinch. Junior does the problems, Henrietta gets a perfect mark, and she'll be falling all over him. It's a great idea, ain't it, Junior?
Yeah, sure. Except for one thing.
What's that?
I'm worse in algebra than she is.
Well, why didn't you say so before?
I just did what you told me to. You said leave everything to you. Now what'll I do? If Henrietta doesn't get these...
Okay, don't start bawling.
But Henrietta...
Stop worrying. I said leave it to me. When I say leave it to me, I mean leave it to me.
Don't look at me. I'm going to do those problems. No, you got yourself into this.
Oh, gee, Pop.
All right. I was going to go bowling tonight, but give me those problems. I'll do them for you. Let's sit down here. Let's see. A farmer sells 2 bushels of apples at X dollars a bushel. The next day, the farmer sells 3 bushels of tomatoes for 1/3 the price of the apples. The next day, he sells 1.5 bushels of potatoes for 4/5 the price of the tomatoes. With the money he received, he buys 3 gallons of kerosene and 6 bags of fertilizer. Since the kerosene sells at $1 a gallon and fertilizer at $4 a bag, what is the price of the apples?
You just have to find X.
Yeah, I know. Let's see, a farmer sells 2 bushels of apples at $X a bushel. The next day, the farmer...
Dear, what's keeping Junior? He should be home by now.
Stop worrying.
But it's after 6. He's always home by this time.
He's probably smooching with Henrietta somewhere. That was a smart move doing her algebra for her. I'll bet she was tickled pink. Oh, there he is. Junior, is that you?
Yeah, it's me.
Well, Junior, how'd you make out... Junior, why are you standing there with your head hanging down?
Riley, look at his eye.
Huh? Yeah, it looks a lot better.
The other one.
Holy smoke, he's got 2 black eyes.
Oh, I told you to stay away from that Sammy Driscoll.
He didn't do it.
Well, who did?
Henrietta.
Henrietta? Well, that's attitude. After I stay up half the night doing her algebra problem.
And they were all wrong.
Huh?
The teacher stood up in front of the whole class and said only a moron would hand him work like that.
What a revolting development this is. What a mess. What's the matter with me anyway? Try to do right by people, but in the end I get them into a hole.
You and me both.
Oh, is that you?
Yes, it is. I indeed. Dick Yoder, the friendly undertaker.
I didn't see you, Digger. I got things on my mind. My kid, Junior.
Ah, yes, children can be such a problem. Only yesterday, a gang of hoodlums pilfered a sign from a beauty parlor and hung it on the door of my business establishment.
What did the sign say?
Try one of our mud packs.
Well, Junior's having girl trouble.
Oh, I can sympathize with the lad. I wasn't very popular with girls either when I was a boy. As a matter of fact, all the little girls would stand outside my daddy's undertaking establishment and chant, Digby, dressed in black. If he takes you out, you'll never come back.
Well, little girls can be awful mean. Miss Henrietta just won't give Junior a tumble. Junior's tried everything.
Has he tried making the little lady jealous?
Jealous? Well, no. What good would that do?
I have an idea that may work.
Yeah? Gee, if making her jealous can fix things up for the poor kid. Well, yeah, Digger, that's a grand idea.
My pleasure. You know me. Always glad to give a friend a push in the right direction.
Well, how will Junior make her jealous?
Here's what I have in mind. You remember my wife's brother?
Oh, you mean the doctor?
Yes, fine chap. He sends a lot of business my way. Well, anyway, his little daughter is visiting us for the weekend. And what I had in mind was this. If we got Junior to take her...
Tag! Oh, here you are.
So where's all the excitement?
Where's Junior?
Getting dressed for the party.
Oh, he's gone. Well, that's good, but he won't have to go alone.
He isn't going alone.
How do you know?
How do I know? I arranged it. You see,
You arranged it? Well, I like that. Now you're trying to take the credit. If it hadn't been for me, Priscilla...
Who's Priscilla?
Is Digger Odell's niece.
Well, what's she got to do with this?
The longer we live together, the less sense this family makes. Now, look, Peg, I fixed it so that...
Listen to me, will you?
Well, I'm going now, Mom. Now, wait a minute, Junior. Priscilla isn't here yet.
Priscilla? Who's Priscilla?
Your date.
I'm going with Henrietta.
Henrietta?
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Well, she saw at you.
Not anymore.
I phoned her, Riley.
Huh?
Yeah, Mom explained about the problem.
And Henrietta said she realized Junior couldn't have been that stupid.
Well, I'm glad she realizes it. Peg, you had no right to interfere.
But it's okay, Pop. Henrietta's going with me.
Yeah, but what about Priscilla? I made a date.
Well, that's your problem, Pop.
My problem? Why, you little ingrate. That's her. Now, what'll I tell her?
Tell her to go home.
Well, I can't do that.
Well, then spend the evening with her.
That's right. Insult me.
Well, you've only got yourself to blame.
Yeah, well, I guess I'll have to get rid of her. Hello, Priscilla. Look, Priscilla.
Junior. You better go out the back way.
Okay, Mom.
Have a nice time.
Thanks.
And don't be late.
I won't. Good night.
Good night, dear. Well, Riley, did you get rid of her?
Yeah, I got rid of her.
Well, then what are you crying about?
Well, Lucille gave me a black eye.
You let Junior lead his own life. Every time you interfere, you get the kid in trouble. Now, I want you to promise me that... Riley!
Huh?
I'm talking to you. You haven't heard a word I've been saying.
Margie, I'm sorry. I was playing that game.
What game?
Well, you know, like Junior, where you imagine that you're married.
But you are married.
Yeah, but not to Hannah Turner.